I made this one.
Hey, we're recording. First, it gets a phone call, and then now we get the recording in progress.
I feel like Ron's over here looking at me, judging me right now.
Ron's judging me. Right? At least we know we're recording now.
At least we know. At least we know. Whatever we said prior don't count, I guess.
I don't know.
Good gosh.
No, we got multiple platforms here. You know, we got Zoom, we got YouTube Live, we got the podcast, we got IG Live. I mean,
sorry.
It's a lot of bells and whistles, a lot of technology going on here. It's hard to keep up with all this.
It reminds me of when I went to my sister-in-law's wedding and I was taping it or filming it or taking pictures, but I shut what I thought was the volume off because I didn't want to interrupt anybody.
So hold on, you say your sister-in-law, did you have that big camera you put on your shoulder with a VHS tape in it?
No, it wasn't video. It was, stills.
I got it.
By the way, I'm very old. They didn't have video cameras.
No, Danny, you're not old. You're not old at all.
But anyway, at the end of the night, my wife wanted to see the pictures, and there were no pictures because what I thought was the volume, which I did shut it off, I shut the whole camera off. So better we hear a little background music and find out what's going on.
That's what's happening right now? Okay, cool. I'm with it.
Well, what's happening now, we are, most of us, all of us on the dais, and people in the audience are smoking Las Serenas, and we on the dais are smoking the Mexican Mermaid. Blended by Ostos Fernandez, and I'm going to mess this up in English, Tobacco the Island, in Spanish, Tobacco de Isla, I think.
Close enough.
The Isla? Tobacco de Isla. Isla. And sorry about that, Ostos, but he knew I would do that anyway. So the Mexican Mermaid is a regular production, and it was a takeoff on the 10th anniversary.
Good job.
This is getting better and better.
Listen, this is the most amazing podcast I've ever been on in my life already. And we've only been on here, 5 minutes?
5.
Are you sure we're on for 5 minutes? Either it's been recording for an hour. Anyway, so it's a takeoff on the 10th anniversary cigar, which I made in Mexico with Alejandro Tarrant. And we came out with a regular production, San Andreas Maduro wrapper, San Andreas Maduro binder, Mexican and Dominican fillers. So that is what most of us are smoking. It's all over the place. It's doing really well. And thank you, Ostos, and thank you, La Serena.
So you mentioned your daughter said, she's Little Mermaid, all that, the mermaid. How much of this blend does she have into making this blend? Is it all her? Is it you? Like, how does this blend come about?
Okay, so the 10th anniversary was all me and Alejandro Tarrant, the master blender from Mexico, whose farm we got most of the tobacco from. And that blend is the only blend that she had no input on because it was a surprise for her 10th anniversary. Every other blend that we do, I go down to the country where we're blending, work with the master blenders, because I am not a master blender, but I know what we're looking for in the portfolio. And then after we blend, we get 10 samples, because even though you have the same tobacco, there's different counts of leaves, half leaf, full leaf. So the master blender puts different leaves and combinations together and what we're looking for.
I have to interject.
Yes.
What makes a master blender?
Someone that's been doing it a long time and is really good.
Oh, okay. All right, cool.
No,
I thought there was checkpoints.
That's a good question though, because I mean, you hear the name master blender. I mean, is it a self-made title? Is it a year? Is it 20 years? Is it a certification you get from a school? That's a good question.
Every factory has a master blender who is the final say in what goes into a tobacco, into a cigar, because even though this says La Serena on it, it's also from Ostos' factory. So he is not going to let me come out with something if he's not approving of it, and I wouldn't come out with something that I didn't approve of. But again, he's the one that puts the formula together. It's like cooking. Some people use a little garlic, some people use a lot of garlic, some people use a little salt, a lot of salt. So the master blender comes up with the final blend, and then as the person buying it and selling it, we have to approve what we want. So he makes different blends of the tobacco we're looking for, and then I bring them back to my daughter. We'll smoke them, and we'll narrow it down to 3, and then he'll roll another bundle of each of those three. Then we'll smoke those, and then we'll decide what we want the final blend to be.
So we're still talking about the Mermaid a little bit. I love the name; it's very catchy. Maybe because I got a daughter, I think she's a beautiful mermaid myself.
She most definitely is a mermaid. She's most definitely a mermaid.
So you mentioned you know the master blender sent you 10 of the same blend, a half leaf, whole leaf, or whatever it may be. How many of those did you get through? But you said before you said this is the one. Did you go through all 10, and you said number 3 is the one, or did you get to the third one and say I'm stopping at 3? This is what I want.
Well, for most of them, we knock 7 of them off right away, but we smoke them all. And then after the 3, then we really get into it, and we smoke them all again to make sure you're spending a lot of money when you're making a run of cigars.
Yeah.
And if you're going to spend that money, you want to do it right. So now Ostos, also, who was Manny Quesada's nephew, and he was the blender at the Quesada factory, blended the Oceana. Now, Arielle and I were in the Dominican Republic together for this one. And we smoked the cigar, different blends, and then we picked out the one we wanted. And then we're smoking them every other day, every third day as it's aging. And 2 weeks into the same cigar, Arielle said, there's something wrong with this. So we smoked another one, and we got this funny taste. So we went back to the Dominican Republic, and we said, Ostos, you got to smoke it now. It's not smoking the same way because cigars age and meld in tobaccos. And being the master blender, he smoked it. He goes, I know exactly what the problem is. And he took out a leaf and changed it to another leaf. And then again, we smoked that, and we waited, smoked it and smoked it and smoked it. And then after 30 days, it still smoked the same, and it didn't have that funny taste. And that's the cigar we came out with.
Oh my goodness.
So cigars do change over time.
Yeah. Cigars are I feel like they're very scientific, very technical, maybe because I'm a nerd. A lot of what you just said, a lot of people don't know. I think that's amazing. So let's talk about, this is the 10th anniversary, 10-year anniversary stick?
No, this is a takeoff from the 10th anniversary. Okay. The 10th anniversary had a blue band with a mermaid on the water, the rock. And that was my vision of Arielle on the 10th anniversary. And that one, we made a limited run, and we sold out, and everyone loved it. So we wanted to bring a cigar in as a regular line, regular production that wouldn't be as expensive as the 10th anniversary. The 10th anniversary had a 10-year-old beautiful dark Maduro San Andreas wrapper. We used Brazilian Malafino in there. We used the most ugliest Mexican tobacco. It was the ugliest, but it tasted fabulous. That was in there. I don't know the names of all the tobaccos. And so we had Mexican, Dominican, Nicaraguan, Honduran, and Brazilian tobacco in the 10th anniversary.
Wow.
And amazing. It was off the hook.
Yeah,
everyone loved it. It was a great cigar. We sold out rather quickly, limited run, and then we went to work on not copying it, but making a regular production run at a lower price. So from a 10-year-old wrapper, which was Alejandro had that stored, can only make enough cigars, and he saved it from an old cigar he made 5 years earlier, so it's now 10 years old, and the binder was 5 years old, and the tobacco, as I told you, what was in it. And we brought this down to a 5-year-old San Andreas Maduro wrapper. We used a 3-year-old San Andreas binder, and we put Dominican and Mexican fillers in there.
How close is this to the original? Would you say, in your opinion, would you say it's better? Would you say it's on point along the same lines? Or is it selling just as good?
It's selling better. It's really good. It's different than the original, but in the same vein. And it's doing really well. And it's exactly what we were looking for, knowing, what we were working with. Again, if you wanted it to be $10 more, you use the more expensive tobaccos. Yeah. But we wanted it to be a regular production. We want everyone to be able to smoke it. And we got exactly what we were looking for. And Ostos did a fabulous job of this.
I agree. So far, I think I got through about the first third. I think most of us
we're smoking the same thing, right?
Yeah.
This shit is phenomenal.
Yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty good.
Hey, but for me, I'm biased because it's phenomenal because of what I'm sipping on. I ain't gonna front with you right now. This is
I was rolling.
This is a great freaking contrast.
So Danny, you're more of a rum guy, Dan.
I am a rum guy.
Yeah, for sure. Now, did you design or did you blend? Did you and your daughter blend these La Serena to go with rum, or is it just what you like in your palate?
It's what I like in the palate. I blended the cigar as a cigar, and the rum is what I like to drink. And to me, it pairs great. But if you don't like rum, it doesn't make a difference what you're smoking.
Yeah, it's
You're
true.
not going to like the pairing.
It's not exactly.
So I tell everybody, whatever your favorite beverage is, and what your favorite cigar is.
Man, we've been saying that all week. We've been saying it all month so far, right?
Thanks to you.
Shout out to this rum. So
by the way, we need to pay some bills. So when we talk about the rum, and
that's a Ron Williams question.
I was going.
That's
right
a Ron Williams question right there.
I was going right into that. So shout out to Ron Williams who's bringing this rum. Ron, talk about this rum a little bit, sir.
Well, this rum is Florida Cana. Shame to say I don't know the region where it's from.
Nicaragua.
Nicaragua. And, to the point, shout out to William Grant & Sons. As I mentioned last night, most of you know the Balvinis, the Glenfiddiches that are in their portfolio, but they also have some outstanding marks like this particular rum that we're sipping on tonight. As a matter of fact, we'll be tasting through the 12-year-old and the 18-year-old. William Grant & Sons has been with us from year one.
Yes.
And they continue to support us.
Cheers to them.
Cheers.
Cheers to John Montana, the guy who signs off on their wonderful contributions so that we can have these unique cigar and whiskey pairings throughout our month-long series of educational experiences.
Y'all got rum over there? Y'all got rum? You got rum? All right, cool. I'll take the head nods. All right, guys.
And
right.
We'll be looking forward to experiencing other things throughout the series from their portfolio, from Monkey Shoulder. Last night we experienced Tullamore Dew.
Oh my God.
They also have
Should have flew in early, man.
Come on.
Should have flew in early.
Come on, man.
So again, huge shout out to William Grant & Sons for their graciousness and their continued support. And we look forward to seeing you throughout the month.
Yeah, that's amazing. That's amazing. So let me digress a little bit to Jamison, who's cracking up.
You do not want to do that right now.
Hey,
I think you might want to click on with your sentiment.
Hey, man, listen. So shout out to Will Green, Iron Lungs, right? I have been ashing his cell phone for the majority of the night.
Well, I had a question.
I apologize. I've been putting ash on his phone all night. I apologize.
The whiskey that we had for the floor last year with the bull.
No, last year we had
That was Jura.
We had
And
Jura and the Dalmore.
Dalmore. My apologies.
Right.
Dalmore.
Yeah.
Yes. Huge shout out to Marlon, who's no longer with the Dalmore, for coming together with us to create that one-of-a-kind experience.
And Jonathan Carney,
and
my brother.
Carney, absolutely.
For bringing the first Andalusian Bull dinner ever in New York City, right?
Yeah, it was Harlem.
In New York City.
Yeah,
Harlem of
and
all
we
places.
did it in Harlem of all places. Yeah, it was crazy. New York Cigar Fest, man. That's what we doing. We making moves. We got Cigar Rockstar doing a whiskey Wednesday for New York Cigar Fest. Unheard of.
Hey man, come on. So y'all, whoever listens to this, YouTube, Instagram, Zoom, we got y'all covered, right? On all these platforms. But hey, I flew in for less than 24 hours just to come to New York Cigar Fest and do this show.
Well, tell us about your flight. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about the day that we had in Queens this afternoon on your arrival. Tell us about the experience that you've had today on this visit.
Man, you know what? So I had spent time in New York before. I think I talked to you about it. So I actually grew up in Hartford, Connecticut. So I spent some summers.
Hey, Connecticut, CT.
Yeah, I spent some summers on 158 in Broadway. I think I was sold as Harlem. I thought I was sold as Manhattan this whole time.
Okay.
Something like that. I don't know.
Technically on the border of Washington Heights.
I'm from Dallas. I don't know all these boroughs and cities. And I just learned today that if you just say, "Are you from New York City?" You ain't really from New York City.
No.
You got to say your borough or your hood or whatever. I don't know what you call it.
Yeah, I'm from Brooklyn, so originally, yeah.
Danny, you teach. See, I'm learning. I'm learning for sure. But I love the New York culture, man. The weather is actually a lot better than I thought it was going to be. I think it rained out yesterday. Some flights that was made. My flight was canceled on the way out.
You actually escaped the heat wave that we've been experiencing for the last 2.5
heat wave in New York,
bro. Listen, I
heat wave in New York.
Listen, bro. I
went yet to experience New York humidity.
Man, listen.
Does New York get triple digits?
Yes, we do.
Yes. No. They get
time to time.
No. New York gets triple digits in the heat index.
Yeah,
that's where they get triple digits. Understand? I wear a suit everywhere I go, brother. I was trying my damnedest to find a short sleeve suit last week. I was just.
I gotta do something in my closet, man.
Are we going?
I don't know if we're gonna jump in there.
Are we going back to buying suits and then returning them after you're smoking them?
Yeah.
Did I sleep to that? That's a funny story.
So wrong with did you go to Bloomingdale?
I went to
Bloomingdale's.
Donna Karen 3-button Navy joint just to get into Club Macanudo.
And after the event, he took it back.
But they charged him a cleaning fee because it smelled like cigars. Absolutely. And it was worth every penny.
Every penny.
Man, so this I'm smoking this La Serena right now. It's actually getting pretty good. It's smelling pretty good. But let's talk about this La Serena ride a little bit. How long has La Serena been out?
This is our 13th year in business.
Years.
Arielle is, I would say, the longest running woman-owned and operated cigar company.
No, you guys have been way too much.
Shout out.
13
years. Where's she at? When did she hop on? Y'all being way too much. Y'all being way too much.
Well, we asked her to hop on at 8:15, so it means around 8:30, I guess.
Y'all have been 13 years. That's way too much.
So talk about that ride of 13. That's a long time. Let's go back 13 years for a second for the people, for the folk on all these platforms and on podcasts. 13 years. Let's talk about year one. Like, how was year one? What was your first cigar came out with? And tell me about that excitement or maybe that fear.
A little of each. Arielle's better at telling the story, but so
we need to wait for some Arielle footage.
No, I'll give you the background, but she tells it better. It's her story. So Arielle was here at Tobacco Plaza in Great Neck, New York. We were doing a Miami cigar event. Renee Castaneda, the vice president of sales and marketing of Miami Cigars, came to do the event. And Arielle came because I was working 7 days a week. And the only time I got to see my kids was they come to the store. We'd have dinner, watch the Yankee game, watch a ball game,
And is that here?
That's here.
Okay.
And so she came to the event. And
yeah. No, we got to mute.
No, that's
so you better keep your butt muted, Ghost.
No, was that her?
No, we're on Zoom. We're running from Zoom. Somebody jumped in and didn't mute themselves. We good. Keep rocking. Keep rocking. My bad.
No, I thought it was her trying to jump in.
I'm watching.
I wouldn't know. Anyway, actually, it's 8:13. You'll never see her. Yeah. Anyway, so
we'll see you in 15 minutes.
So Renee said, "You don't mind the smoke?" She goes, "No, I'm here all the time, hanging out with the guys. My grandfather smoked. It just reminds me of my grandfather, and the smell brings everyone together." And he goes, "What are you doing?" She goes, "I'm going for my master's at NYU." He goes,
"Shout out to NYU."
That's great. Actually, by the way, she might have been in high school at the time, finishing up high school. I don't remember. 13 years ago. No, probably NYU. Or graduated college then. I don't know. She's anyway, she got a double master's at NYU. And he said, "You want to make some extra money?"
Hell yeah. Shout out to Dimitri. Coming to get the book. You better come. Hey. Only at New York Cigar Fest can the audience stop the podcast in order to get a cigar. Only at New York Cigar Fest.
Shout out to Dimitri though. Shout out
to listen, he has a lot of education, and I want to call it useless facts, but all of his no. All of his facts, like I learned something every experience with him, every experience that I never knew about a cigar or the even the pipe industry. So most definitely, but not to eclipse your story, please.
No, not to eclipse.
NYU,
Dimitri,
go for it.
Besides knowing cigars, he knows New York.
Oh,
That's what he does.
Yeah. Indeed,
You know, he gives tours of New York to all the tourists. I
mean, word.
Yeah, I don't know if he knows what he's talking about, but they've been. But so anyway, Renee said I could use someone that likes, you know, pretty girl, likes, you know, cigars, the smell and everything else. Basically a cut and light girl.
Yeah.
So she did a couple of cut and light events for Miami Cigars.
And we're talking about your daughter, right?
We're talking about my daughter, Arielle. And then he had an event over at De La Concha where Ronnie, last week's host, was running the place. It was his family business. And then Ronnie started hiring her for all his events. And then word got out there, in any event in New York by any company, they were calling her to do cut and lights. So we were doing a multi-vendor event at Cigar Inn, I think it is, in Manhattan. 4 vendors. It was Miami Cigars, Eddie and Eric, E&O, My Father's Cigars, and La Aurora. And Arielle was doing the cut and light. And she said, enough of this already. I want to sell cigars. Yeah. Put me in the humidor. Tell me about the cigars. She went into the humidor and she sold out of every cigar. Wow. She had to go to the next brand and help them out. And Renee was really impressed. And he goes, we got to do something with her. So we got together, Miami Cigars and Arielle. And that's when they started La Serina Cigars. And Arielle, we were sitting at Club Macanudo. I wasn't wearing a suit, but I might have had a jacket on though. And we're sitting, smoking, drinking, having a good time. And we're in the process of putting something together with Renee and Nesta Miranda and Arielle to build a company. And Nesta wanted to call it Arielle. And she said, no, I don't have any history in cigars. I'm not Cuban. I don't have anything like that. I don't want the cigar. I don't want it named after me. Mm-hmm. So everyone's talking Spanish around us. And she talked to the person next to her. She turns over and goes, what's mermaid in Spanish? And I can't do it, but the way it rolls off the tongue, La Serena. She goes, she writes on the napkin, La Serena. She goes, Dad, that's the name of my cigar company. We passed that to Renee and Nesta, and that's how the name La Serena became.
Amazing story.
That's
incredible.
Beautiful. Yeah, for sure.
I don't have not one story like that.
Very organic.
That's amazing.
I do, but it's not for today.
No.
So Dad, like how, as a father, I think we're mostly fathers around this table right now. As a father, like how'd that feel for you? Like,
hey man, don't put my business on the street.
Everybody knows what's going on.
You did it to yourself. I said most of us are on the table. You did it to yourself.
By the way, I'm a grandfather.
Whoa!
Congratulations.
Thank you, Pops. I got you. So, but as a father, like how'd that feel for you? Your daughter wanted to take the bull by the horns type joint and go on with it.
Well, that's what she does. I mean, whatever she does, she goes full out. They started the company, and she was traveling 5 days a week, 48 weeks a year.
Ooh.
And really working it.
Ooh.
And it was successful with only one cigar, which was the La Serena Original, which the first blend came from My Father's Cigars.
And it's a great smoke.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
My father?
Mm-hmm.
It's great smoke.
It was a Jaime Garcia, who I would call the master blender over there, or unless Don Pepin is the master blender, but we worked with Jaime on that cigar.
Okay.
And so she's doing events with Miami Cigars and La Aurora because they were all under one umbrella, but she only had one cigar. Come on in.
Hey. So this is what we're gonna do tonight, y'all. So we're thanks to Ron, we got this beautiful rum.
Let's do it again. No, wait, hold on. Hey.
He came. So every time somebody walks in, Every time when somebody walks in, we gotta take a drink. We gotta take a drink. That's what it is.
The drinking game.
So we have to do two. So we down 2 right now. We down 2. Everybody take a sip. Here we go.
So wait, you said everyone who comes in, we gotta take a drink?
Yeah.
Man, that's that cool.
It's called the drinking game.
And you know, being that you latecomers have now arrived, you can definitely feel free to come up and get yourself a glass at that table over there, and then we can get you set up with a cigar.
Hold on. You going too fast on that. So I believe the thing is you purchase 4 La Serina cigars and you get to have a glass. Is that right, Danny?
That is true.
We hope the guests come and support La Serena and buy cigars upstairs, but yes, the answer is we hope, but we're not twisting anyone's arms.
Understood. So what I will say is buy 4 La Serena cigars. You get this nice whiskey glass and logos on it. Man, it's not a cheap.
Oh no!
glass.
At the end of the day, you what's so fun? You know what? We need plastic cups so we can be like, oh well, you got a plastic cup because you ain't bought enough cigars. That's what happened.
So Danny, when I walked in, man, I saw a spread of La Serena cigars. How many different blends do you have? We ain't got to get into each. Oh, see, all that bull crap you was talking earlier. Hey, that wasn't me this time, folks. That wasn't me this time.
It was him.
So I mean, there's a spread. The whole countertop is full of La Serena. Like, how many different blends do you have? I know we ain't got to get into Toro and Russo and all that each blend.
Well, okay, so we have a core 4, our top 4 blends, which is on that counter, which every blend has 4 or 5 facings.
Mm-hmm.
So we are currently working with 4 times, let's say, for about 16 facings. At one time, we had 23 facings, and we're bringing it down. What the consumers want, that's what we're still making and selling.
23. So you went from 23. So why'd you reduce the facings?
It's supply and demand. The customer wants more stuff. We make more stuff, and they stop buying the old stuff. We, slow it down.
Yeah, understood. So I know we're smoking the Mermaid. This is the stick for the night. But what would outside of the Mermaid? I think everybody at this table loves this Mermaid.
Love a drink.
Pour another drink.
I'm gonna have
another drink.
We pouring drinks for the.
How you doing, man?
So now we just established a drinking game. You guys have been involved in our drinking game. Every time another person show up, we all have to take a drink. Everybody on the sideline. Lisa, no. Dimitri, come on. We got to take another drink. Everybody got to take a drink. Here, please.
Everybody that gets a La Serena glass and buys cigars gets the drink.
That's right. Hey,
did you purchase the cigars on your way in?
Oh yeah, did you get the cigars upstairs? Don't worry about it. Hey, I like that.
Hey, shout out to Ron Williams for supporting this. Man, this rum is amazing, man. This rum is amazing. So we all about to pour up. 2 people walk in. We gotta take 2 sips. Here we go.
Well, you need to fill it.
Well,
who needs to fill it? Hold on, we gotta fill.
Before we fill these glasses, hey man, I cannot take credit for this whiskey. Again, I go back. Shout out to my man Swizz Beats for naming me the king of whiskey, a title I will continue to wear very well. But the credit and the support goes out to William Grant and Sons. Again, huge shout out to them.
Shout out.
And John Montana.
Cheers.
Montana.
Cheers.
William Grant and Sons.
Here, we gotta pour them up.
Pour your own troubles.
We're smoking the Mermaid right now. We're going through the Mermaid. If you guys don't have a Mermaid,
Year of the Mermaid.
Here you go. Stop at the table. Let's make it happen. New York Cigar Fest. This is what we're doing. I don't know who am I talking to. I'm talking to everybody at one time.
Everybody.
New York Cigar Fest is what we're doing.
So once again, hey, so you know what? This is what I'm gonna do. So this is the Cigar Rockstar takeover for New York Cigar Fest.
That's what we're doing?
Hey, that's damn right. That's what we're doing.
It is Whiskey Wednesday.
And we drinking rum.
We're drinking Today we're going like Brown Wednesday.
Brown Wednesday.
Whatever we're gonna do. Shout out to William Grandson. Shout out to Ron Williams. Shout out to New York Cigar Fest. This is a beautiful moment. We're talking with La Serina Cigars, Danny And
He's the CFO,
he's
by the way.
CFO.
He controls the money.
His daughter's gonna jump in a little bit. A little bit. We at Tobacco Plaza, and can I say Long Island?
Long Island, New York.
Long Island, New York. We're in the basement right now. I love this vibe right now. We're at this podcast table. We're talking a lot of Serina Cigars, and we toasting up, man. We toasting up. So we were going back to the face. So you're down to 16 facings. I mean, I said down to 16. I don't want to sound like a bad thing, you know, supply and demand. So let me ask you this, Danny. Out of the core line, which one would you say is maybe your blood, sweat, and tears, or maybe one you use like, it took the hardest to get out with this, and this is what we rocking with. The most controversial, I guess the most troublesome one, controversial one, or whatever you want to say, the most hardest one to come out with. Answer as you must. I know I just spit a lot of bull crap out there.
Well, to answer the question, would be the Oceana, which I told you the story about how it changed after we approved it and had to change it again before we came out with it. So that was the most interesting of all the cigars we came out with. It's very funny. So you asked how many blends we smoke and everything else. So on the original, with the Jaime blend of the La Serena, that was one and done. Jaime gave us the cigar, and we said, "This is great," and that was it. Now, I mean, I just so everyone knows, that was 13 years ago, and
so 13 years ago is a long time. It's hard to get that prop to last 13 years.
Well, that's what I'm about to tell you.
Let's go.
Okay,
Yeah.
So 10 years ago, when we bought out Miami Cigars and we took over 100% of the company.
100%? Oh shit!
I didn't. So hold on, is this exclusive? So say that one more time. So
okay, we were partners with Nestor Miranda and Miami Cigars when we started the company 13 years ago.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Then Arielle, like I said, I was telling you that she was doing events with her one cigar and Nestor Cigars and La Aurora Cigars, and we felt we needed to come out with some more cigars and different blends to make a portfolio. So Arielle outgrew the partnership, and Nestor was gracious enough to let us buy out his 50%.
I understand this. It's great.
So we would have full control of everything we did with La Serena. Now, again, Nestor, and at the time, Jason became the vice president. Renee left. And
who Jason?
Jason is
Jason?
Nestor's son-in-law, Tatiana's husband.
Okay.
So he's actually now the president, and he's running Miami Cigars. And we're still great friends. Nestor, I see him, his wife, Jason, the family, and everything is great with us in Miami Cigars. Like I said, they were gracious enough to realize that we needed to go in our own lane, and they helped us out along the way. And when we started making blends, different blends, we changed the La Serena original. We went to Eric Espinoza in Nicaragua, and
shout out to Eric.
Eric Espinoza.
Eric is everywhere.
That's right.
So
Eric helped us out tremendously because the original at my father's cigars was very full of pepper, very spicy and delicious cigar.
Yep.
But when you want to make a portfolio, you need different blends and different tastes.
I agree. I agree.
Right. So we brought the La Serena original down a notch, took out a Nicaraguan leaf that was grown at my father's cigars, and put in a Dominican leaf, which is one of Eric's leaves that he calls the magic leaf. I don't know what the leaf is. It's magic. And we changed the blend, and it's called the La Serena Original by La Zona. So
La Zona.
La Zona. That's where Eric's factory is in Nicaragua. It's called La Zona.
Yeah.
So, and the first thing we did on the box is we wrote new blend by La Zona. So we didn't want anyone to think we were trying to pull a bait and switch. We let everyone know. We had a press release and everything else. So the La Serena original is now, for the past 10 years, made at La Zona by Eric Espinoza. Then we came out with a lighter cigar, which is the La Serena LT, which Arielle could tell you the story, but to make, a long story short and let her get into it when you ask her questions, I had a company with my partners called Old School Cigars. And I had a Jack's and a Jack's Light.
Oh, never mind.
You was ready to take another shot. You was ready to take another shot.
He bought 4 cigars, but he didn't buy La Serenas.
Well, I don't need an excuse to take another sip.
Yeah, neither do I. I want to finish this and try the next bottle. So anyway.
I rolled a 7. I'm happy.
With 3 dice.
All that matters.
That's right.
That you rolled a 7.
Out of 18 here.
As a craps player, I hate the number 7.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Hold on. Isn't that a good number to have as a craft player?
Not once the number's established. It's the worst number.
Yeah.
I rolled another 7.
Yeah. Hey Jay, it's been time we went to Vegas. I didn't even know that, man.
Hey man, listen. You know what? So I got this great Vegas story. It's very short with Rockstar and myself. I decided to go to the ATM for the first time ever in my life and pull out $100. Rockstar said, "I got $100."
Wow, a whole $100.
We went.
Well, this was This was many years ago.
No. Understand, my limit is $20, right? So Rockstar and I, we feeling froggy. You must understand. Rockstar had rented a limousine to take us 2 blocks in Las Vegas. Right?
We got to get into that.
Right? Because he didn't want to walk anymore. He was like, let's just take a limo there, right?
Was it the summer?
It was, it's always summer in Vegas. When is it not summer in Vegas?
I go to Vegas many times, and you need a jacket at night. It gets cold there.
Oh, yeah, okay. Well, this had...
Was the limo white?
No. This is a true story.
Yeah.
It is documented on social media. If you guys follow us, you will see it. But yes, Rockstar and I, we took a limo 2 blocks.
Was he wearing those pants?
No, what were you wearing? Fishnet? He was wearing fishnet.
Or lace.
Or lace. Yeah, something like that, right?
Wow.
And shout out that he knows the difference between fishnet and lace. Hey,
shut up. So we go to the casino where our hotel is, right? And we just feel froggy. It's like, if you put up $100, I'll put up $100, right?
Yeah.
We go and play 21. That game was over in literally 4.2 minutes. We were broke in 4.2 minutes, and we say, you know what? That's good. I'm good.
That's it.
I'm good.
$25 a hand.
I'm good.
You got it better than me.
They played 5 hands.
I don't really think it was 5. I don't know. Listen,
I don't even think it wasn't 5.
It was. Literally.
Well, I'm saying you betted $20 a hand.
The dealer was moving very fast, and all I know is we were losing very fast. So at the end of the day, we started $100 myself, right? $100 himself,
right?
And we ended with $0.
With $0.
So that was it. We went back to the room.
That's Vegas. They didn't build Vegas on losing money.
Oh, you're right about that.
Always wins.
And we still caught that limo ride though.
We did catch that limo. We got the photos and the video to prove it. We got the photos.
So Danny, what would you say is you got a whole spread upstairs, brother. The display is great. A lot of different cigars. I didn't see a Lancero. Are you keen Lanceros? Are you a fan Lanceros? Do you see La Serena doing Lancero?
Okay, so that's a very good question. Eric has made us Lancero in the original.
And this is Eric Espinosa.
Eric Espinosa. So we have an original in the Lancero in the original, and we also have a Lonsdale that we're calling a Lancero.
A Lonsdale. Whoa.
Well, wait, how do you do that?
Yeah.
Well, okay.
Whoa.
So shout out to Terrence Riley, who makes fun of everything we do. So he calls it the fake Lancero because everything has a particular size to the name.
Yes.
A Robusto is a 5x50. Okay. A Toro has to be 6 inches.
Oh, you talking about Terrence from where?
Terrence from Arganosa Leaf, Riley.
Oh.
Shout out to Terrence.
Shout out to Terrence.
Shout out to Terrence.
Terrence
Agranosa.
Terrence and I share great quality time amongst quite a few other heavy hitters in the industry during PCA. Well, I don't need to tell you, you were sitting there. What do you mean? You was
I'm not the heavy hitter. I actually ended up paying that whole bill. Thank you, Terrence.
No.
Yeah, I was the first one there.
Terrence, I'm gonna call you tomorrow. We're gonna have a discussion about this.
I left my credit
We're gonna
card.
have a conversation about this, brother.
That you have to leave a credit card. So I gave them my credit card. I was the first one there. And then everyone kept coming to hang out with Terrence. And then Tony from LaFleur came. And then
and then Jamison came.
Jamison came. And
then who was the other guy? No,
Rain-
Mel from Fuente came.
And Rainier Lorenzo from HVC came.
Yes.
So now Terrence, being Terrence, shout out. Terrence goes, I'll pay for my drinks. And he hands her the credit card. I said, Terrence, you're not paying for everybody? And he said, no. And she goes, well, I can't separate the bill. I already have a credit card. So La Serena paid for all the drinks.
Shout out to Terrence because I recently had a similar experience.
Oh, no.
But I was smart enough not to put my credit card down.
No.
I went to a beautiful cigar dinner in honor of Butter from Cigar Boys.
Cigar Boys, yeah. Shout out
Shout
to
out.
them, Brooklyn, right?
At
That's
Jamison.
what I'm saying, Brooklyn, yeah.
When I was born.
Beautiful experience. And I had the most expensive cheeseburger that I've ever had in my life. Cost me $115.
Oh,
But luckily I had the money to pay for it.
did they cut the cow in front of you? What happened?
Was the cheese made of gold?
Well, speaking of cheeseburger, I saw Jimmy Buffett last week. I don't know. It just felt right.
Wait, no, did he come into the lounge?
No. I was up in Bethel Woods, the original Woodstock, and I went to a concert there.
Oh, wow.
The original. Oh man, if I wish I can go to original.
Listen, man. Listen,
Oh.
wait.
Based
No,
on the outfit you're wearing, it was fit right now.
No, wait. You must understand. Like, New York has so much. What's the word I'm looking for?
Culture.
Heritage.
Heritage. Culture, yeah.
Yeah.
Heritage.
Yeah.
That's why it makes sense for us to do New York Cigar Fest. There's so much heritage. Like, literally, shit.
Oh,
Yeah. So
she needs a passcode. I haven't looked at my phone.
if she clicks on the link, I can let her in, or the passcode is Rockstar, all cap.
What's going on, guys? I see y'all chiming in. I apologize. I see y'all chiming in. This is a really good conversation that we're having right now. So for those people that's listening only on audio, we are we're done. Okay, cool. For those people that's listening only on audio, literally we are
Just getting started.
right. The conversation last week
We're
was
just getting started. Look, this is bad. You understand.
So please, ladies and gentlemen, if you there's some video on Cigar Rockstar TV on YouTube, the Zoom platform. If you go on I am Jamison or Cigar Rockstar on Instagram, you'll see the Zoom information on there as well. You can link it. You can jump in and get some video. But let me ask you this question. Arielle's jumping in.
it is showtime, ladies.
So-
the main event
Ladies
has
and
begun.
gentlemen.
Showtime.
The
at
main
Tobacco
event
Plaza.
has begun.
Let's hear the horns. Let's hear the applause. let's get this going.
There she is.
Oh, stop it. Hi.
Hello.
How are you guys?
Hey, make sure you're all the way up so she gets so she
We're
can make it
great.
through.
How are you?
I mean, you guys look like you're having way more fun than I am. I want to be there.
Thanks to you.
And we're having a great time thanks to La Serena. Though. I mean, these cigars are amazing.
Oh, thank you. What are you guys smoking?
The Mermaid. What do you
The
mean?
Mermaid.
A Mexican?
Okay, they don't understand. Everything's the Mermaid.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's how it should be. You're just smoking the Mermaid.
The dais is all smoking the Mexican Mermaid right now.
Nice. That was my guess. That's Dad's current fave.
Can you hear me? Did you please?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
That's right. Okay, yes, we heard you.
Speaking of current faves, what's your fave? What's your fave out of? I mean, you can't say all of them. I know it's your line and all that. You had so if I was to say, if I was to say, hey, I never had your cigar before. I like the name. I'm a mild to medium guy. What would you point me in the direction of?
I know her answer too.
Let's hear it from Queen. Let's hear it from Queen.
I would, if you're a mild to medium guy, I would say you have to start with the La Serena Light. That is our lighter cigar, but it doesn't compromise flavor. It is a flavor bomb through and through.
That's it. That's it right there.
Right.
That's what you're talking about.
That's the one.
Oh, let me get that. Yeah, that's it. Oh,
That's the
I got
one.
that. I got it next. Thank you.
Yep. What I love about that cigar is you could really enjoy it any time of day. It's perfect for first thing in the morning. It's perfect if you're golfing, if you're outdoors, if you're inside hanging out. You can like add flavor to it.
No, it's probably her. She's mounted.
It's me. Sorry. Do you want me to try on my phone?
No.
You're
Great. We're gonna figure it out.
So any time of day. So can you tell us about maybe the leaves or the blend involved? Can you tell us what parts of the region is in?
Absolutely. So it's made for us by Placencia. This is a funny story. When I was working to create a blend with a lighter flavor profile, I was really not satisfied with anything that we kept coming up with. It just wasn't fulfilling. Like, I like flavor. If I'm smoking, I want the cigar to change throughout. I want it to, to tickle my palate. I want to just experience something. And I wasn't getting that from a lot of the lighter cigars that I was smoking, a lot of the blends we were working on. This cigar was an existing cigar that my father and his partners had made for their store. And it was always like one of my favorite light, flavorful cigars. And after, I don't know, Dad, a few months, was it, of us trying to blend?
A couple of months, yeah.
Yeah, I think it was like 3 or 4 months. And I was like, Dad, I have an idea, and I would really love if you would.
So for our viewers that are like, what's happening with the connection? She is out in the mountains right now, enjoying her good life of being a cigar manufacturer. And she is taking her time out to chime in with us at New York Cigar Fest at Tobacco Plaza, as we have the CFO here and also the owner of the company as well. So please, bear with us as we go through all the, I don't know, it's not technical difficulties. We're having a good time.
It's production. A great time.
Yeah.
A great time.
So you're going to go back to Jack's. Go to Jack's.
Well,
they didn't hear you.
Dad, I'm going to try and reconnect. You tell the story and I'll be back in 2 seconds. If not, I'm going to come on my phone because I want to be part of this. So take over from where I approach you and say, hey, I want to buy your blend. And I'll be right back.
Yeah.
Let's switch this over to Dan. So Danny, man, I never had a La Serena. I'm a medium to full guy. What can you sell me right now? Like, I asked you upstairs, sell me a cigar.
Right. Well, what she was telling you was the La Serena Light is a light cigar with a lot of flavor, a great morning cigar, a great everyday cigar for a lot of people, but I like fuller body cigars. So I had a company called Old School Cigars. I thought I was starting to tell that story.
Yeah.
And it was Old School Cigars with my partners at Tobacco Plaza. And Arielle and I went on the road together. So we were selling La Serena and Old School Cigars. And Arielle always wanted to come out with a nice light flavored cigar. And she said, yeah, we've tried. I want to buy Old School Cigars so I could take the blend. So that's where the story goes. And he's back. Okay. Oh, now you're in my office. Okay.
Yes. Is this better?
In the office. Yeah, you're good.
Perfect. Okay. What part of the story did you guys do? The good part?
You want to buy the blend.
Yeah, I mean, that's the end of the story.
I was telling them when we were doing I got to where we were doing events together, old school in La Serena.
Yeah, so I'm one of those girls who when I see something that I want, I make it a point to get it. And that's what happened with that cigar. It just came to a head, and I said, I need this cigar. How are we going to make it work? So it's one of the few cigars that I actually wasn't part of blending from the beginning, but knew what I had when I tasted it and needed it. We are lucky enough to still have it made for us in the Placencia factory. The flavor is still incredible. It's just a staple in my everyday humidor. And I think it's the perfect, if someone wants to try La Serena, it's the perfect segue cigar into our brand.
Why would you say it's a segue though?
It's a start. It's the beginning.
It's a starter.
Yeah. So after, what I would say is, like, if I'm smoking, if we're having a day on the lake and we're on the boat and we're starting my morning, I'm going to start with a La Serena light. And then I'm going to progressively get, a little bit more full bodied, a little bit more spice as the day goes on. That's when, I'll have a La Serena original or one of the mermaids, the Mexican mermaids that you guys are smoking right now. To me, that's more of an evening cigar. The flavor profile is a little heavier. It's more of like a meaty cigar, if you will. The spice comes through. So that's what I mean by segue. I mean, you could smoke it anytime. And I do. It's just really one of my consistent daily smokes.
So I like how you say it's a segue cigar, but I'm gonna say it's a gateway cigar.
Hey.
So after I have this and I'm hooked. After I have this and I'm hooked, I'm moving on to next, maybe something more fuller, and then maybe I'm gonna eat a steak and go something straight full. So look, you mentioned two. Let's go to number 3. I know you can't see me. Let me go on the other side.
Oh, by the way, you need to see the Rockstar. Okay, can we stand up and show the pants?
Hey, no, hold on.
Why is gotta be by the pants?
You slide over.
I know. All I see is my dad. I see him all the time.
Just slide over, because the mics move.
Yeah, but
and then our main mics are right here, so we can hear everybody.
Mm-hmm.
So like literally, no. As a matter of fact, yes, you guys switch seats. There you go. All right, whatever. You guys switch seats. Knock yourselves out. Whatever.
Oh, but I need my rum.
Oh, you got plenty of.
Do you see this? Do you see this right now? Do you see this?
I am really loving that. Wait, can I see the pants one more time?
Hey.
I wish I would have known, and I absolutely would have coordinated my outfit.
Hey, we could have been twinning. I mean, you ain't get the memo? I didn't get the memo, I guess. I didn't get the memo.
Next time, I want you to send me ahead of time so we can make sure that we go well together.
Dang right. That's what I'm talking about.
It's not like we don't. We both have like the pastels, so we're close.
But wait, you didn't see the pants.
I think he's way past.
Did you see the pants? I don't give a shit. Stand in the chair. Make sure she sees the pants.
Oh my god!
I need to see the pants.
She's about to see the pants.
Can she?
Look at this.
You gotta take the button off. Take the button off.
Oh.
He is standing in the chair. Oh,
yes.
My God.
Arielle, can I pull that off?
No.
No, Dad.
No, you cannot.
No, Dad.
And please don't try.
So Arielle, I have a question for you. You talked about segue, but I would be more interested, and I think our audience would be in understanding your gateway and your pathway into a male-dominated industry. And we certainly welcome you and applaud what you're doing as a Sister of the Leaf. How was that experience for you?
Great question.
And what were the challenges?
Thank you. Yes.
Hold on. Before you answer that, you ready?
I'm ready.
13 years. 13 years.
Wow.
Oh, shit.
And that goes back to the point of the question that Ron Williams asked. So 13 years ago, Sister of the Leaf, it wasn't as dope as it is now. So great question, Ron.
Thank you.
No, I appreciate it. And thank you guys for, having me and welcoming me. it for sure is a male dominated world. And it was like that when I entered. And while it's definitely becoming more open and more exciting for us ladies who enjoy a good cigar, it was different. I wouldn't say like difficult, but definitely challenging. The first comment that we heard ever when we announced that we were coming out with La Serena was, oh, it's going to be a flavored cigar.
Wow.
So what, I'm a female, so it automatically had to be flavored. I don't even smoke flavored cigars. Not that there's anything wrong with it, but like I want spicy, I want full flavor, I want, premium tobacco. So, there was a little stigma that came with it. Then it was, what is this girl doing? She's not from Nicaragua. She's not from Dominican Republic. She's a New Yorker. Like she's a born and bred American. Where does she come off, trying to get involved in the cigar industry? And the truth is it was a happy accident. I fell in love with premium tobacco and premium cigars from the people, starting out sitting in Tobacco Plaza, watching Yankee games with my dad and hanging out before I even lit my first cigar ever, to traveling to Honduras, Nicaragua, Dominican Republic, and watching how cigars are made. I say this on almost every interview I'm ever on and any conversation I ever have. I challenge you to tell me another industry in the entire world that is 100% handmade. I can't think of one. I still, to this day. Yeah. So watching that process and watching how many people are involved from start to finish of like the thing that I enjoy most, and with the people, like that really did it for me. Being with people, it's the great equalizer, the conversations I have, the people I meet. It was just, I couldn't think of a good enough reason not to get involved in the cigar industry once it happened. And no one was, once in a while I get comments or, people in a humidor will say, what do you know? And I'll say, what do you want to know? I'm pretty sure I can talk cigars to you. So let's go. But overall, it's been so amazing. It's been amazing to be taken under so many wings of so many incredible manufacturers and owners of farms and their daughters. I mean, the Casada girls, when I first came into the cigar industry, they invited me into their home. They invited me into their fields and they took me under their wing like a little sister. Yanni Garcia included me from My Father's Cigars. She, was there every part of the way. As I've grown, I became very close with Nirka. It's really such a special industry for.
Have you hung out with the Patel kids?
No.
Okay, cool. All right, wait.
Patel kids?
Yeah.
You mean Rocky Nishinimi?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, that is not where I thought you were telling me about some surprise children that I didn't know about.
No. I had the privilege of hanging out with them along with the Gomez kids out in Vegas, and that's a different experience. I'm just gonna tell you that right now.
Yes.
Shit.
I have had many of those.
I'm still recovering.
Yes. Yeah. It's crazy. It's like some of my favorite stories. I have to like look at pictures to just fill in some blanks, It's crazy.
Oh yeah. So Arielle, so tell me that one moment. You've been in the game for a while. Dad mentioned you started off as a cut and light girl, if I will say that. What was that one moment you was like, you know what? F this. I want to come out with my own blend.
So I will say this. I had my F this moment pretty much an hour into my first gig as a cut and light girl. But It wasn't, I want my own blend. It was, F this, I want to learn more. I want to talk about cigars and I don't want to be the girl that's, pouring the drink, so to speak, or in cigar terms, cutting and lighting. So that moment happened, I promise you, less than an hour into my first event where I was like, hey, take me into the humidor, teach me about cigars, and I'm going to start selling stuff because this is what I want to be doing. It was actually not my idea to come out with my own blend. It wasn't even something that I had conceptualized. I was in grad school at the time. I was doing cigars for fun because it was like more of like a passion and an enjoyment. Yep. I didn't realize, and at that point, to be honest, I was only smoking for, I don't know, a year. So I didn't even know how, I do think I have a pretty decent palate. I I really enjoy that part of cigars in terms of like working on the blends and smoking different things and figuring out what I like and what I think other people will like. But I didn't even know at that point that it existed. And it was Renee Castaneda, who at the time was vice president of Miami Cigars, who approached me and said, I don't think you know what you have here. I don't think you know how great at this you could be. And I think we should take this a step further. So it was pretty cool. I mean, now I can't imagine it not happening, but thank goodness for him really and having the vision. Otherwise, I mean, I have to think we actually probably would have got here anyway. It just wouldn't have been 13 years ago.
Understood. Yeah, understood.
Well, allow me, if I may. This is Iron Lung speaking. I don't know if you can see me. Apparently,
His name is Iron Lungs.
Yes.
Iron Lungs. I can see you, but it's through a microphone.
And it's usually underneath the light. I don't know how I keep making this happen. But...
Through a microphone. All right. Let's raise the microphone. Raise the microphone. There you go. All right.
There you
go. All
are.
Right.
Okay. Well,
Can you see him? Can you see him? All right.
I do.
All right. Well, shout out to you for being a Yankee fan and not a Mets fan. No shame to Mets fans, but I want you to specifically speak on my favorite cigar out of your portfolio, which is the Oceano. Or is that correct? Oceano. Can you please tell us and our viewers about how you came about making this blend and what the inspiration may or may have not been?
Absolutely.
Sounds like a child listening.
Not me.
Are you muting everybody? All right, cool.
Oh, that wasn't you. I thought the kids were awake. I said,
Oh no, my kids are sleeping so I can enjoy myself, you know?
So sorry about that. But once again, just give us a little information about the Oceano and what the inspiration was and how you came up with this blend, and just take us through the journey.
Absolutely. So I gave a little sneak peek into it when I mentioned how the Casadas were so open and welcoming and really took me under their wings when I first came into the industry. And so it almost was an absolute no-brainer for us to work on a blend with the incredible Casada family. So that's how we worked. That's how we started the Oceano. The concept was cool. My dad will tell you that it was his idea. I promise you it was mine. Once in a while, I'll let him think it was his.
Wow.
But
We know.
I remember where we were sitting and how we talked about doing the different sizes and naming them the oceans. But, you know, he tries to take credit. We were super, super fortunate to work with Ostos at the time, who was blending, was the master blender for Casada. And we, you know, it's really such a hard part of the job, having to take trips to Dominican Republic and, you know, work in the factories and then go to the beach and just relax and smoke them to make sure they're right. But it was an experience that, you know, I will never forget because it was such a special one, doing it with friends that became family in the industry. The Oceano, we wanted to be bold. We wanted it to be, you know, the best tobacco out of Dominican, and the size is unique. So that was what was really cool. Also, I think about us coming out with the Oceano was there's really a size for everyone. We changed up the boxes. We went bright blue. I'll never forget at the time, someone said, there's a reason that you've never seen a blue box in a cigar shop before, and it's because it won't sell. And I said, well, they'll try my cigar and you'll see that blue boxes sell cigars.
Look at that. Facts.
And there's definitely a size for everyone. I mean, that's usually what she says anyway. So
that is.
Are you saying that size matters?
Size matters.
I have a question for you.
Hold on. So we got a new guest that came down. We got to take a drink.
where's the new guest?
Oh,
Arielle.
I'll take it anyway.
Shout out to Will Granton Sons and Ron Williams for supplying this beautiful rum we're drinking tonight. It's a Florida Cana 18-year-old. I think there's 12 on the table as well.
I'm drinking 12 right now.
Right on. And Arielle, we figuring out it goes well with this. I'm just call it Mermaid. We can rock with Mermaid all night. So yeah, it's going great. Sure.
Oh, cheers, enjoy. No one poured me a drink, so I'm gonna have to refill my own cup. Thanks, gentlemen.
So when you're smoking your cigar, what do you like to pair with? What do you like to drink with? That's easy.
So I've always said, sorry, I'm having a little bit of a hard time hearing you. You guys went really low, but I got the question. I always think that the thing that pairs best with cigars is what you enjoy to drink the most. And for me, that's red wine through and through.
You sound like
Yeah.
What?
I know it's, you know, people are always confused by it, but if you could give me a steak and mashed potato dinner with a glass of red wine and a cigar, I'm a very happy lady.
So the question I have for you, you touched base on it real quick in terms of a woman's palate. So it's been said that women are better tasters, blenders of whiskey. So would you apply that across the board to cigars as well?
Don't
You know,
be
I think-
modest.
Hey,
I
no,
think
you know
women
what?
are-
Hold on. Whoa. Before you say that, hold on. Before you answer, ladies and gentlemen, right? Does women have the better palate in cigars? Let me hear you. There's like one woman.
I would say yes.
You would say yes? Okay, what? Anybody else? No?
I don't know.
Well, everyone knows that the women sort the cigars by color because they have the better eyesight for sorting. Palates, I would say they're equal to men like anything else. But, you know, you have a great palate. You know, you worked with Master Blender, Manuel at La Aurora. He took you under your wing. You worked with Manny, Ostos, and the Casada girls. I mean, you've worked with.
So does mean she
Christians.
has the advantage? That's what I mean.
It means that whatever she does, she has the advantage.
So
Ah.
Arielle, before you answer, I want to throw this question in there. You being a sister of the Leaf and a brand owner, do you feel? Well, let me bring it back a little bit. How do you feel about the women's involvement in the process of the cigar and in everything that encompasses that?
It's one of the things that I love. You know, I was telling you, seeing the cigars being made, and I don't believe that cigars could be made without women. It might be a bold statement. I mean, maybe they could be made, but they wouldn't be as good. There are things that men are great at. I think maybe women are better at most things, but I'll give you guys some credit.
Men don't have virgin thighs.
Oh shit!
There are,
This is
there are
real.
some, and I will tell you that in terms of palate, I think that that's probably one, at least from my experience, that's equal. I mean, I've met a lot of men who have incredibly sophisticated palates and could blend, you know, the most incredible cigars. And I've also met a bunch of women in this industry who do the same. But as my dad mentioned, like the sorting by color, you want a woman for that job. The deveining, the rolling of certain sizes, like there are plenty of parts of the process that are more successfully done by women.
And what about the delicate hands?
Yeah, I mean that, you know, I think it's like, that's what I think is kind of cool. If you see different sizes being rolled at a factory.
I'm sorry, Arielle. Please excuse me for interrupting your dialogue right now. But there was a panelist here that mentioned that they were told that they have delicate hands and it is not of the female orientation. So I'm taken aback. But again, my apologies. Please
it wasn't my dad, was it?
No. But continue. My apologies.
No, I mean, I do. I agree. I think, listen, women have earned a spot here, you know, at the cigar table. And it's really cool to see that happening on a more, you know, well-known mainstream level. I think that's pretty cool.
Now, before our guest host takes over, because I really don't want to take away from, you know, what he has in mind, just speaking back to their involvement as well as their emergence, but more focused on the emergence. What is your standpoint on that over the last 12 to 15 years? How do you feel as a female cigar smoker, maker, and enthusiast? What is your standpoint on the emergence of women in the culture in recent time?
So it's so interesting because if you look back, women were always a part of this culture. It's just relatively new in American culture.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that it's pretty cool to see that that it's catching up. The same way that, I mean, like I said, born and raised, some might even call me a pilgrim. My family's been here so long. So in the way that for me, my memories of cigars were my grandfather smoking and my father smoking, for a lot of women from, Latin countries, like they remember their grandmothers smoking. There are photos of really powerful and incredibly, amazing women for generations enjoying premium cigars and premium tobacco. So I definitely love seeing it happen more in America. I think it's reminiscent of what it looked like when, for generations of cigar smokers. I will say that I think it's really cool being someone who helps facilitate that. I have a lot of girlfriends who've never considered picking up a cigar and trying it. And a lot of their husbands and boyfriends have actually thanked me for it, because now they get to enjoy cigars more, and they get to enjoy cigars with their women, which is sometimes men want to be by themselves, just like sometimes ladies want to be by ourselves, but it's nice. Like when we go on vacation, when I'm on vacation with my husband, we will sit by the pool and have a cigar together. Or, sometimes my dad and I are traveling and we'll go and have a cigar in a lounge and try something new. And it's a really special way, I think, to just increase a relationship.
Yeah. That's great. That's great. So did you teach your husband how to smoke?
I did. When I met my husband, oh man, when I met my husband, we got back. So we met on a trip abroad, actually. We got back to America, and I immediately went to the Dominican Republic for a work trip almost, 2 days later. So while I was in the work trip, we were texting, we were keeping in touch a little bit. And he told me he was going to go try one of my cigars. So this is back, 13 years ago, before, Wi-Fi and, $10 a day iPhone. So I had limited service. So when I got back to my phone to say, do not start with a La Serena, it was too late. So we had to go backwards and start from the beginning and explain different flavor profiles and full-bodied cigars versus more mild medium cigars. And now he's like a connoisseur and he really enjoys a great cigar, but it took a few years to get him there.
Right on. I hear you. Hey, so this is I just made this up. I don't know if it's true. This is Whiskey Wednesday, New York Cigar Fest, Cigar Rockstar takeover. So we sipping on this rum. Thanks to William Grant & Son. Thanks to Ron Williams. I want to ask you, Arielle. So Dad mentioned there's four key lines, 16 faces. Is there one line that you would consider maybe your baby?
The original La Serena.
Why do you say that? Was that the most you put more heart, blood, sweat, and tears into that one? Was the most? Why do you say that one?
Rockstar, let me ask: do you have siblings?
Yes, I do.
Where do you fall in the order?
I am, so out of 4, I'm number 3.
Okay, so you're not gonna love my answer, but out of 3, I'm number 1. And there's a reason.
Wow.
There's a reason that I am my parents' favorite,
Say no more.
Wow, right now.
Well, I mean, I am, for the sake of the panelist here, I'm the only boy out of 4 sisters, and I fall second on the totem pole. So it's safe to say that I'm the favorite as well.
Well, I can definitely say I'm the favorite because I'm one of one.
Well, there you go.
Easy win. I like it.
Right on. So I would say the cigar culture is advancing pretty well. Technology, blends, all of that is very technical. Is there something maybe coming out in the future that may be unheard of for the cigar culture for you, or is there something that you want to do that? That's just very much exclusive.
You know, I feel like we've done it without even knowing we did it. You know,
Yeah.
the different boxes, the large bands, the cigars themselves. They speak for themselves, and it's been for generation after generation. I don't think that I'm going to recreate the wheel, you know, any better than anyone has been able to do, you know, for generations before me. But in terms of the marketing, the spice, I love playing around with that. I love taking things to the next level. I love getting to be creative. So I hope to continue my growth in that area. I don't know if you have any ideas or suggestions, let me know.
I mean, I do, but I don't know if I'm going to get some type of financial kickback for it. But let me say this. Let me say this.
It's a business move. It's a business play. Let's get ready for the business.
Right. Being a fellow creative, right? And just speaking back to Rockstar's question to you, and I want to kind of dive into it a little bit more specifically. Down the pipeline, whenever this may come around, what do you anticipate to be your wow moment as a manufacturer? And I'm sure that as a creative, you have one in mind that you may or may not have had the willingness to activate just yet. But being that this is New York Cigar Fest, and you know, one of our core principles is elevating the culture of cigars. Mm-hmm. I think this is a prime opportunity for you to, you know, give us a little insight of how that creative mind works. So why don't you take a stab at it?
Before you take a stab at it, let me help you.
Okay.
Let me make it easy for you. The official New York Cigar Fest cigar, blended by you.
Oh.
Hey.
Ooh.
I'm gonna take another sip because the pressure's on now. Let's go.
Oh man, you know, that is, I say one of my claim to fames is being, you know, a born and raised New Yorker. So that would be pretty epic.
And Yankee fan.
Oh, obviously.
Okay.
That would definitely
be. So wait, hold on. On the way here, we just got met by all the
Mets fans.
All the New York Mets freaking traffic. And I was like, yo, this is some BS. This is some BS. We end up being 45 minutes late because there's a Mets game today. That's all I'm saying.
Well, before you dive into it, it was a question that was asked to me, being the native New Yorker in the car at the time. You know, is it okay for a New Yorker to represent both Yankee and Met? What was the question, Rockstar?
Yeah, I mean, it's it.
Can you be both? And my answer, and I'm not, as a Yankee fan that you say you are, I'm almost certain of what your response will be, but mine was absolutely not.
Hey, hold on.
You got to choose a child.
Don't let him persuade you. I want to hear what you got to say. Don't let him.
No. If you're a New Yorker, you're either a Yankee fan or a Mets fan. That being said,
you can't be both.
You can't be both. You are one or the other.
Okay.
And I haven't met a New Yorker that isn't either a Yankee fan or a Met fan. But as a Yankee fan, so as a fan of the winning team, I don't mind.
Any Met fans? Any Met fans? Oh, we got some Met fans in here.
But they're having a good season, so I do want to give them credit. You know,
Shout out to the Yankees. We're gonna talk soon.
Right, but listen, the Mets are having a good year. I'm going to give them credit where credit's due. But as a fan of the winning team, the Mets don't bother me. I appreciate them. It's almost like, you know, the older sibling who's like, yeah, you're cute. Of course you can play. You could play in my room when I leave for the night. You know.
There's really not much to talk about anymore.
Can I segue into that, as I love how eloquently you mentioned the winning team? So as New York Cigar Fest, we don't compete with other cigar weeks. because we know we are the winning team.
We're not a
month-long.
week. We can't compete. We're not a week.
I was just about to say we are a month-long series of educational and core events, and our only competition is with ourselves. We are just
Amen.
trying to build a bigger event and experiences for the culture.
Shout out to Tobacco Plaza and
Huge shout out.
Serina for having us here.
Right on. So, hey, you know what? This is a Whiskey Wednesday Cigar Rockstar takeover at New York Cigar Fest.
So you gotta take it back. Rockstar gotta take it back.
We are in the only month-long cigar festival, New York Cigar Fest, in the nation. So Arielle, let me ask you this. So, how Pops mentioned y'all been in the game for about 13 years, you know, something like that. How have you seen the New York culture how have you seen New York culture and the cigar culture over the last 13 years? Talk about that as you must.
It's definitely shifted, especially in Manhattan, which has been interesting to watch. A lot of my local cigar shops are no longer. So it's been interesting in seeing the new ways that cigar smokers are getting together to enjoy cigars, to be with each other, to find the new thing. I've seen, a lot of things that happened in person have shifted more online. It was always there, but as regulations keep coming in and stores keep shutting down, which is so unfortunate. I'm seeing people rely on other options. So that's cool. I mean, cigar smokers and the people in this world, they're resilient. So we're not going anywhere. So people can keep trying and playing with us and messing around, and we will find new ways to get together and be together and come up with new cigars and new ways to enjoy them together. So I've definitely seen a shift, some for the worse, meaning what they're trying to do, but the way that we come out, like as an industry, the way that we come out together even stronger is really special to have seen happen over the few years.
Yeah, I agree with that 100%. I agree with that 100%. So I'm from Dallas, Texas. We
Shout out to the Cowboys.
Yes, please.
Let me ask you this. So
He said no. Somebody in the back said no.
Time to drink. We have a new guest. Arielle, how are you?
Hi. Paris, I can't, for some reason your mics went low again. I can't really hear you guys.
What's up? How are you?
How was your trip?
Good, excellent.
There's nothing, I need to get back there. You guys, I mean, there's nothing like New York, but we need a good Greek beach every once in a while, right?
That's it. It's the best.
So let me ask you this before anybody jumps on, and I just want to really elaborate on the last point that you made in respect to the emergence and the shift in the culture, most specifically to the online presence, right? As far as the consumer now buying online, how do you as a brand insert yourself, if you haven't already done so, to be a mainstay in this culture, to keep people abreast of what you have to offer as a brand?
So that's where some of the creativity that we were talking about has to come in. Because I always want to support the brick and mortars, the shops that got me into this industry and the people that I get to hang out with and be with. But you have to be creative. You have to figure out ways to stay relevant. That I really enjoy doing things like this, hanging out with you guys, being on your show. I did an Instagram live last week with Ashley Ashes. That was really cool. She has a following. And so that was really awesome to get my name and my cigar out there for her, for her people, for her friends, for her community. We've in the past created specific blends for certain online retailers, so it doesn't interfere with you know, our sales at brick and mortar shops, because like I said, I still want to stay loyal to, you know, to the guys that really helped us take off in the beginning. So, you know, I feel like there's always new ways to try and be creative and stay relevant, especially in this online era. At one point I was really good at social media. It got a little difficult once I had 2 little ones. I think maybe that's another way that in the future I can jump back in with a little bit more time on my hands. You know, building the brand back up that way. But yeah, I think it's a delicate balance, because while it's so important and like you need it to keep growing, I also don't want to forget, you know, the shops and the way that we got here.
Well, that's the whole point of New York Cigar Fest. Hold on, how about this? Do you understand what platform you're on right now?
I honestly don't think I do.
All right, great. Let me help you out. So you're on New York Cigar Fest right now.
With Cigar Rockstar.
With
Whiskey.
Wait,
Wednesday.
with the Pink Panther, right? But
We got a mermaid and a panther.
we have a mermaid and the Pink Panther.
Well, I like to have a unicorn, but you know.
Wait a minute.
You are definitely one of them.
So what's very interesting about everything that you're saying this evening is it aligns with everything for the reason that we created New York Cigar Fest. Literally, outside of outlining the Black and brown community, but we most definitely wanted to make sure we highlight one, and I guess at this point we can still say women owners is a minority in the industry, right? Ron?
100%.
Right. So one of the main focus is to highlight and to bring to the forefront, same word, right? Bring to the forefront the underserved, no, not underserved, under advertised
Okay.
communities within the industry, right? Considering, like, again, until today, before you hopped on, I had no idea you guys been in business for 13 years.
Yeah. And I have a question to ask about. So, yeah.
So with that, this is the perfect platform, and I thank you for being on, because for New York Cigar Fest, one of the biggest principles is to make sure that our guests that have supported, like, hold on, because we got guests in the background. Hey, guests in the background, make some noise. All right, cool. So we got guests in the background, right, that is witnessing your cigar at the same time, right? And I'm not necessarily sure that without this experience specifically, that they would have an opportunity to experience your brand. So therefore, that is one of the main principles. Hey man, could you turn your phone off? Put it on do not disturb something. So Cigar Rockstar, like I said, we already said in the beginning, he's famous.
Yeah, he's different. He's different.
He's so famous, he's getting calls during the podcast.
Arielle, can you still hear?
I'm sorry, I can't hear you.
Did you hear Jamison?
Yes, I can hear you, but it's low. I don't know how that happened, but I heard everything you said.
She texted me that the volumes went down.
Okay, all right. Well,
but she heard you.
Yeah, we'll focus on that. Both of these mics are our main mics, right? So these mics are whatever, right?
So we're streaming on several platforms. We got IG Live, we got YouTube Live, we got Zoom. So we're trying to make it all work.
No, yeah, I'm sorry, Jamison, I heard you, and it's what you guys are doing is so incredible for so many reasons and for so many different groups in this industry. So I can't thank you guys enough for having me on here, for hosting at Tobacco Plaza, and So I really just want to really extend such sincere gratitude for you guys. It's not only so cool to see what you're doing, but it's really special to be a part of it. So I thank you so much for including me and having me on with you guys tonight.
Wait, hold on. Are you following us? Are you seeing what we're doing?
Say that again?
I said, are you following us? Are you seeing what we're doing? Like, we were in Harlem when we came back at the top of the week. Last night we was in the Bronx. Tonight we're in Long Island. Tomorrow night we're back in the Bronx, right? Yeah. Yeah. We're at Papa Juan's, right?
Oh, by Yankee Stadium?
Yeah.
Papa Juan. Shout out to Papa Juan.
Well, yeah, you guys are doing, from what I see, this is like epic. This isn't just a weekend long thing. This is continuous.
No, well, I will say, so New York Cigar Fest is the longest rolling cigar, fest in the country. Let me roll into these different cigar weeks and stuff like that. There's PCA, there's TPE. Like, are you involved in promoting your brand and that aspect of it, or is this word of mouth for you? And
we used to.
How do you feel about the you got major conglomerates, you got boutique things, like, how do you feel about that?
So, that's what we spent a lot of the beginning of our jump into this world, figuring out where we fit. So we've been actively involved before, where we have booths and setups, and more recently, we really rely more on customer base and getting to know people, visiting shops and reaching out, and that way. So it's been also, everything has sort of just been this like really cool trial and error, figuring out what works for us and what's going to take us to the next level. So,
Arielle, we got a drink.
oh,
Here we go. So I will say, y'all, if you buy 3 cigars, you definitely get a four. Oh, excuse me, I'm selling you short.
Yeah, please don't.
And it's 4 La Serena cigars. Somebody walked in with 4 other cigars, but that's okay.
If you buy 4 La Serena cigars tonight, folks, you get this dope ass, excuse me my language, you get this dope whiskey glass right here with the La Serena logo on it. So please, and enjoy this run with us. So please buy 4. You get to drink. You get this cup right here. Everything's beautiful. Continue. I'm sorry, Arielle. Continue.
no, I was really just saying that, like, doing this is more of where we're focusing, speaking with the people, for the people, in front of the people. This is really what's what's getting our juices flowing right now, what's getting us excited, and where we see the next, the next step in our line and our brand.
Okay, guys, at the dais, Arielle is gonna have to jump off. So, Arielle, any questions in closing, or anything you want to say in closing? Anybody have any questions or anything? Arielle, do you want to say anything in closing? I know you got to get back to do what you got to do.
I'd just like to say we totally appreciate your time, energy, and your support. And keep in mind that New York Cigar Fest cigar blended by you.
Well, I thank you tremendously. My only request is, next year when you come back, can I please have an invitation to the in-person party? It seems like you're having way more fun, and I want in on the drinks. I'll bring my own bottle of red wine. I know it doesn't seem like your style at the moment, but I can keep up. Don't worry.
No. We only having rum because your dad said we got to have rum.
Right. That's his drink of choice. That's for sure. And wait until he brings out the Baileys for the dessert.
So what is your drink of choice before you leave us? And before you answer, let me also second that sentiment, but more so elaborate on it and say that we, as a collective organization, being the New York Cigar Fest, appreciate not only your time coming on screen as a fellow parent, but just your product and the information that you've not only given us, but our viewers as well. I want to sincerely thank you for that.
Thank you. Thank you guys so much. This has really been such a blast. Oh, I know, but you guys made fun of me already when I told you. It's red wine.
We got to make sure that you're set up right.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I haven't met one I don't like.
Sauvignon type of lady?
it's funny. It's like cigars for me. Sometimes I want a light Pinot and sometimes I need a heavy cab. It depends on the time of the day and what I'm eating and what I'm doing. I think that's why I love, like for me, cigars and wine are so similar in terms of the taste profile and what, you know, what you're in the mood for.
What would you have right now?
On the wine side.
Right now, see, I'm winding down for the night. I think I would go for just like a light, like Shiraz probably.
A Shiraz. Whoa.
Yeah.
Wait, with your cigar.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Speaking of Shiraz, if you haven't had the Lima, which is a South African Shiraz, not only am I the king of whiskey, I know a lot about wine too.
What did you say? The Lima?
The Lima.
I'm writing this down. This is going to be my weekend drink. So I thank you for the inspiration.
And I'm going to knock your socks off with this one. Rokioli, Russian River Valley.
We'll have to text that to her.
Yes, please.
We'll go online and buy a case tomorrow. That's how he is. And that's how she is.
As he should.
Arielle.
Yes.
I am going to hook you up with Jamison for next August, depending on what Jamison wants. You need to come out with a New York Cigar Festival cigar. Work with him.
Wait, is that an announcement? Are we getting
Rockstar, toast to that. Toast to that shit. Ladies and gentlemen, hold on. Ladies and gentlemen, hold on. Wait, let me, while you're here.
You heard it here
Ladies
first.
and gentlemen of the audience, would you like to have an official blend of New York Cigar Fest cigars? Make some noise.
Yeah.
Woo!
Well, there you go. There you go. We got to figure it out.
You got a year to work on it.
You got a year to figure it out.
There goes your wow moment.
Yep. By the way, my wheels are already turning, what the bands are going to look like, what the flavor profile is going to be. You heard it here first. Next year, the official cigar.
They'll definitely be able to find it in the humidor.
Arielle, put that on your list for, we got to have that done by next August. We'll speak to Jamison, see how many cigars he needs, bands and everything else. And we'll ask Jamison what kind of blend he's looking for, and then you'll work on that.
Absolutely. I'm already thinking that we could start planning and when we're down in the Dominican next in December, have blends ready to smoke and figure out what direction we're going in. So Jamison, I'm going to connect with you.
You said December Rockstar. We in Dominican in December, right?
I think it's on the ballot.
Yeah.
So there you go.
We'll meet you there.
Yes. Well, listen, thank you guys so much for having me. I can't wait to do this again in person next time with a new cigar with all of you guys. So really, one more time, thank you guys so much for having me and taking time out to invite me and spend time with you guys. I can't thank you enough.
Thank you.
Thank you, Arielle. Appreciate you.
Y'all give a round of applause.
Thank you guys. Have a wonderful night.
All right. Yeah, you the same. All right, go ahead, log her off, man. Let's talk our bullshit tonight.
Education time.
Well, come on, Rockstar. Let's go. You're the guest host. Let's hope.
Man, this is crazy.
Man, right about now,
We about to get a cigar.
Hey, thanks to Danny and Tobacco Village, located in Long Island.
No, what? Now we're in the village. Tobacco Plaza.
Hey, you know what? Hey,
he just flew in.
Hey, this rum is kicking in.
We're gonna give you one pass because you just flew in. We're gonna give you one pass. That's it. One.
My bad, Dan.
That's it.
No worries.
Hey, you wanted the rum, man. The rum I don't do rum like this, so it's hitting me different. It's hitting me different. For sure. That's definitely what it is.
So as you were singing, shout out to him and
I love it here.
Oh, okay, cool.
I mean, I don't know what you want me to say. I love it here. It's great.
Okay, so what I learned last week was that New York Cigar Fest is a lot about education. So hit me up with some questions, or let's discuss things that can educate the listeners, or we could discuss my ideas from last week and see if we are going to follow through with some of that stuff.
So
Let's
I
go to the idea.
I think we can handle all of that. So I will say this, in my opinion, I think Jamison, I think we see along the same line. I think education in the cigar world is very much dismissed. I think it's very much underutilized. There's a lot of it seems like right now cigars are trending, so they're very much social function. You get a lot of new cigar people in here who just wants to be in the end. You know, they just want to be involved. They want to be seen. They want to be, you know, cigars is a great event, man. We smoke and we drink. We have a good time. It's usually a grown folk business. So you know, a lot of new cigars come. A lot of cigars. See, this rum.
Is it about the event or the experience?
You know, I think it's a little bit of both. For it depends on who you ask. I think for some people, it's the experience. They hear about it. They want to be a part of it. They you know, we talk about. I mean, we on here tonight having a good time. We drinking whiskey. We drinking rum. We're having these La Serenas and we vibing. And another part of it is just wanting to be seen in that culture. So Danny, I mean, there's also some educational
fuck all that. I ain't trying to be seen. I'm already seen.
I mean, but it's different for you. Like me and you, Iron Lungs, Ron, Danny, we've been in
Rockstar,
cigar culture.
It's definitely different for you. But in terms of experiences,
Hey yo, y'all got enough drinks over there? Y'all need some more? Oh, wait, are y'all on the 12 or y'all on 18? Which one are y'all on? What? 12. Y'all on the 12?
So I will say,
Who's still on 12? Hold on.
Buy 4 La Serenas and
This guy.
he done renamed the
Serina.
cigar.
It's hitting different. That's what you said last week, right? You said that last night.
Yeah, it hits different.
It hits different last night.
So I want to continue the trend in terms of experiences. So outside of our table panel, what's your cigar experience like? What do you like to experience when you're smoking a cigar? For me, I can say that, you know, I'm in my comfort zone in my special place whenever I have a cigar. But even more importantly and more special for me is when I'm smoking a cigar with my significant other and we're just vibing, having great conversations, sipping on some great whiskey or wine and even rum.
So bringing us back to last week, which I said last week and I say it now, that education and experience should always be mixed together. I mean, I can honestly tell you, and I spoke to Jamison afterwards last week, I learned a lot last week. And that's what it's all about. Learning and having an experience and having a party at the same time. That's the beauty about the cigar culture. It all mixes well together. And education is very important. But to bring the education in, you also want to have the experience and a good time. And which brings me to what I mentioned last time about different cigar manufacturers bringing the education to the experience, to the event. So tonight, we have an experience, we're having a good time, and I think hopefully most of you, if not all of you, learned something about listening to Arielle and about listening to Jamison and the Rockstar and the Iron Lung and the Whiskey
King.
Make sure you have the Whiskey King. Good gosh.
So, I enjoy being part of this dais, and I enjoy sharing what I know, but I don't know everything, and that's why I learned from everyone at the dais last time.
Well, what I just learned recently is where's the bottles on the table?
I think the audience has the bottles.
The audience has the hold on. Whoa. We need the bottles at the table. That's what we need. Period. If you're not talking, unless you guys in the back are talking, for certain, this is an open forum. What do you have there in your hand? What is that? What is that? Well, no. What year is that? What is that you had? Oh, whoa, brother, come back. Come back.
We have no problem
That's
with
fine.
bottles.
That's fine. Come back. What was that you had in your hand?
Are we in the club? We have no problem with bottles.
What did you have in your hand? That was a 12? Okay, cool. You said y'all didn't know that y'all could speak? Oh, please feel free. This is the open. Listen, this is the open, full live audience. So please,
Film before a live studio audience. By the way, do we need to pay any bills right now?
Oh, we do. Ron Williams, what the bills we need to pay?
No, I think we actually paid the bills. One of the questions that was asked to me today was, hey, how many people do you have that want to experience this rum? I said 25.
That's it.
And we damn sure ain't got 25 here, but we going through this rum. And I think this rum is great.
I do as well, because literally I tried to stand up to go to the bathroom. It was a challenge. So therefore, this rum is actually working the way it's supposed to work, I believe, in my opinion, right?
Yes. Well, I want to tell you a quick story about Florida. So Arielle and I, about, I don't know, 11 years ago, went to the Nicaraguan Cigar Festival. I think it was their first or second one. And besides the experience, the education, and the camaraderie, at the end of the trip, we each got a bottle of Florida, 18 years old, with our name on it.
Oh, no.
Custom-made labels. So at my home,
Oh, that means y'all made an impression.
I have a bottle of Florida, 18-year-old with my name on it, and Arielle has a Florida, 18-year-old with her name on it. So shout out to Florida.
That's right. I hear you.
Rockstar, you need to go to a few more festivals.
I felt like I was world travel, but I guess I need to go.
Nah, man. So listen, we checked in the hotel today, right? I'm not gonna lie to you. And the guy swore we were entertainers. He swore he was like, oh, what music festival is in town today?
Yeah.
Because you guys got to be a part of it. Like, we trying to figure it out. So, I appreciate, I guess,
Was
that
he wearing
notoriety.
those pants?
No.
You don't want to know what he had on her.
No, yeah.
I can only imagine.
I do. So in New York City,
Depending on the locale, I think.
yeah. So how I try to be very strategic, because at the end of the night, like some nights, as a matter of fact, no, let me use this as an example. Week one, my night has never ended before 5 a.m.
Yeah, we can talk about that.
Are we going to be talking about that? What
So-
happened in New York City?
So therefore, I'm not gonna go back to this. Shout out to my brothers who were not there to protect me. But my night usually ends around 4 or 5 a.m. in New York City.
It must have been a couple links.
It's always a couple links. It's always a couple links, right? So what ended up happening during my stay in New York City, like literally, I need to figure out a centralized location to just go ahead and buy an Airbnb for a month, because I live in New York City for an entire month, for the month of August, right? So what I do prior to that, I jump from hotel to hotel based on what our locations are. Considering this week, for instance, last week we were basically central, Manhattan and Brooklyn. So therefore you can stay in Midtown, you can stay in Chelsea, and you get around, right? This week was a little more difficult because there's not really a lot of posh hotels uptown. So therefore,
Keyword posh.
Wait a minute. Posh. We just can't allow you to do that.
Keyword posh.
We can't allow you to do that without some form of elaboration. Being
what I'm
in New
saying,
York.
no, what I'm saying is, right, I travel a lot. Everyone knows this. If you follow my social media, if you follow my fucking, website, I travel a lot. I get around, I move around, right? So therefore, I need to be comfortable. My biggest necessity of travel is comfort, right? So therefore, when I move into these different hotels, either if it's for a night, 2 nights, a weekend, whatever, I need to be comfortable. That's just how I can operate. So therefore, I can move on to work with my brothers to make sure that we have a successful experience.
I will say this though. So he
here we go. This is bullshit. That's bullshit.
It's real talk. So I will say, me and Jay traveling together, it's like a love hate, I think, maybe, because I will say my hotel combinations don't gotta be much.
Listen,
Get into that. No, don't allow him to get away from it.
Especially when you just need a changing room.
No, I'm diving. I'm diving in. I'm diving in.
I will say I'm a veteran. I'm a former Marine. Blah blah blah.
Thank you,
thank you, sir. Thank you. That's right, Danny.
So listen.
So my combination, they ain't gotta be much. You know what I mean? I'm used to sleeping on some.
So listen.
I want to say something, Jamison.
Go for it, please.
I travel a lot too, and like you're working all day long till 4 or 5 in the morning, and I never call you before noon because I never know what time you're waking up.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's good.
I call him at 9.
And I never answered.
No way.
How many times have I answered?
What I want to say
Maybe
is,
twice.
all I need is a bed and a bathroom.
Boom.
Are you a Marine?
No, sir.
Are you a former Marine?
No, sir.
No. Navy?
No, sir.
No. Okay, cool. Well, you should have been.
Well,
Because that's how Cigar Rockstar operates.
and I agree with that because you're on the road and you're working your butt off.
Mm-hmm.
When you go into a room, you want to crash. In the summer, if you're in New York, you want air conditioning and you want a clean bathroom. After that, there's nothing else you're using. I mean,
You ain't even in the room. You're not even in the room.
I know.
Yeah.
I mean, when I go away, and maybe I'm cheap, but I'm not looking for an ocean view because I'm on the ocean during the day. Why do I need to pay to look at it at night? I'm sleeping. My eyes are closed.
Yeah,
Right. Well,
Danny, thank you, sir.
Yeah,
For
to
real.
that,
I understand. Okay, go ahead, Will.
No,
Go ahead, Will.
I
Go
mean,
ahead.
But to that point, when I go on vacation, for the very same reasons that you just advertised, is the only reason that I'm going into a hotel room.
Wait,
So-
wait. I'm sorry. Is it time to drink? Is
No,
that the-
he's a re-entry.
Oh, okay.
But
let's have a drink.
But for those very reasons, I don't have that same allure or status in regards to my stay in a hotel because I'm gonna spend very little time there. So I do agree with you to that point. But go ahead, Jamison.
So what I was gonna say, to
Hey, go
that,
ahead,
right?
Bougie. Go ahead,
Oh, Bougie, that's my name now. Okay. All right. So
I want to say famous Jamison, but they ain't gonna. They ain't
gonna get that yet.
They ain't gonna get that yet.
They gotta get that. Yeah. That's later. That's later. So my sentiments to hotel stays, considering how much of that's 360 days.
365.
65.
Right. Sometimes
Within it, yeah.
Well, Jameson
64.
sleeps 5 days.
Right? The 365 days within a year, right? I'm on the road at least 200 of those days, right? So therefore, at a certain point in time, I still have to work within that time, right? So within that work, I still have to be creative. I still have to come up with the marketing strategies. I still have to deal with other clients. I still have to make sure that the visual strategies are together. So therefore, I need to be as comfortable as possible, at least for me, right? Another person may not need those requirements.
Okay, so what do you need to be comfortable?
I need a posh environment. One, I need
What's the thread count on your sheets?
We did say posh.
I need my thread count to be 550 or above, right? But nonetheless, I need the hotel to have a bar, right? Because I need to be able to decompress. I need to be able to come downstairs and figure it out, right? Or
Do you need the bar for the camaraderie or just to
no.
Okay.
I could care less
So-
about the camaraderie. I have
Is
enough
in the
camaraderie.
room, or is it just
No,
bar
he-
on location?
He probably needs a mini bar because when he gets into the hotel, the bar is closed.
When I land in Las Vegas, the first thing I do.
Wait, that's another
Wait,
answer.
No, I need more rum.
Eight to 12.
He's like,
Frank, grab a glass, 5-4 cigars.
What's his name, Frank?
Frank.
Yeah, but I would like to take a quick moment.
Frank,
Jamison.
4 cigars get you 1. Let's go. Let's do
Jamison.
it. Let's make it happen.
Jamison, while
Yes,
we
sir.
understand your accommodations and your requirements, these hotels are not paying us, and we need to move into New York Cigar Fest.
No, we're working on that. Shout out to the Knickerbocker.
Shout out. But right now, we spend a lot of time talking about a lot of things, but we need to make sure our audience knows what is in line for the end of the week, the following week, and closing week, our core signature events. I think we can announce some things tonight, and I think everyone's really waiting for that. And just takes me to a moment where I'll probably do a post tomorrow and piss a lot of motherfuckers off. But all these experiences are free. So there's no reason why there should not be 25 people here, whether it's at Tobacco Plaza, whether it's Manhattan, whether it's Connecticut, because that dynamic is going to change as we move forward. Again, guys, we're here for you. We represent the culture. We're trying to elevate the culture by bringing these unique experiences to all of you. And there's no reason why you should not be here. And shout out to those that are here, that have supported us from day one. We appreciate you.
I say we have a drink for those who are here. Let's go.
Cheers, man. This is gonna be a long night. It's gonna be a long night.
I can clearly say there's gonna be some drunk motherfuckers that
I
leave
just
here.
got a
tonight.
text. I just got a text about a penthouse party in Brooklyn, and I'm like, all right, well, I guess that's what we doing. All right, guess that's what we do.
we can smoke cigars.
Anybody going to Brooklyn? You got 2 seats. I'm with you. Let's go. Let's go. I'm with you. No, but honestly speaking, with New York City, man, I really enjoy moving around the city. Like I think it'll be a disservice for me to actually get like a townhouse or an apartment in one part of the city, because every experience, like for instance, last night we were in the Bronx and I was able to experience the Bronx. I was able to experience Uptown. Prior to that, it was Harlem. So therefore I was able to experience that. And then, the week before we was heavy in Manhattan and Brooklyn. So, just ultimately at the end of the day, what I would like for our visiting guests to experience is what I see through my eyes and what you guys are like, and no disrespect to any New Yorker. I believe New Yorkers, honestly, are privileged beyond privilege. And at this point, you guys take that shit for granted. So for a person coming from the outside, coming in, I am like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. From a person that has, like, I've been to all 7 continents, Antarctica included. I've traveled all 7 continents. But there's nothing like New York. But there's a lot of New Yorkers.
Hotels posh.
Some of them. Antarctica,
Did they meet your expectations?
Ireland, not really. But whatever.
Was the thread count right?
The thread count. The thread count was right in Amsterdam.
Did they offer you a Manny and a Petty?
Okay, I want to ask the king of whiskey. Now I've been involved with you guys for 3 years, and last year at the Andalusian Bull dinner sponsored by LaFleur,
yes,
which I was a guest of both LaFleur and New York Cigar Fest. Was that the cumulation? How you say it? Accumulation of the month. And are you doing a dinner like that? And where?
Wait a minute, Danny, I love it. I love it, Danny.
Let me roll the dice. I got a 9.
So to your question, we do have those experiences in store. Specifically, I think we can announce that.
Let's announce it. We can do it.
This is the
We
time.
can do
fellas.
it. We
This
can
is the
do
time.
it.
This is what I've been waiting for.
All right. So, and a lot of our viewers and listeners have been waiting for
it
this
as well.
So, if you are a VIP ticket buyer, you are automatically entered into a raffle or a lottery, however you want to classify it, to have a dinner, cigar and whiskey dinner with Uncle Nearest at Jamie's. So it's gonna be.
What, you don't like Uncle Nearest?
It's gonna be.
You love it?
I need a date.
The date is.
Wait a minute. Wait. We got it in the house too.
The date is August 23rd, which is
It's
a Tuesday.
23rd? I fuck with it.
So
I thought it was 22nd.
if you don't have it,
23rd.
if you don't have any reason to buy a ticket, you should buy that VIP ticket.
I'm trying to roll a 7 before I start
hopefully,
talking my shit.
Be
Hold on.
invited to that 30-person dinner.
That's exclusive then. 30 people, that's it?
Yeah.
That's it.
Very
That's
much
it.
So my question is that 30-person dinner. Who is the sponsor?
Uncle Nearest.
Cigar sponsor.
And Ashton Cigars.
So there you have it.
I'd love to participate. Would it be okay if I give you 30 cigars to?
Don't do that.
dinner?
Don't do that.
Come
Don't
on.
do that.
I think you just upped the ante. I think you just upped the ante.
That's right.
So
We have
get your
Tobacco
VIP
Village.
tickets.
We have a Tobacco Village. Danny is coming through for us.
Well,
Shout out to Cigar Rockstar. He only did that because of your pants.
Tobacco Plaza. Tobacco Plaza. I fucked with him again, Danny.
Tobacco Village.
Oh my God. All right, no more run for me. No more Florida kind of run.
okay. Well, like I said,
No more room for you?
we
Man.
carry Ashton at Tobacco Plaza.
I keep rolling the
We
8.
love Ashton, but you'll be getting an extra cigar that night. We'll be giving La Serena out that night. Not taking away from the sponsor of Ashton. Just want to help the experience of that night.
Elevate the experience.
Elevate the experience.
And we thank you for that.
And I appreciate you. So anything I can do for New York Cigar Fest.
Much appreciated.
And I really want to speak to that because I think last week we touched on the fact that we need 10 of you. The mere fact that you see the value in what we're doing and what we're trying to bring to the culture and the elevation of the culture speaks volumes. Your cigars are made or have been made by some of the premium cigar makers.
Yeah, you
in the
about to
world.
burn through the band, Rockstar. What you
And
doing?
we really want to get them on board for year 5.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes,
So
sir.
So take advantage of your experience now because next year you'll be paying dearly for it.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so
Yeah, this shit is not going to be free next year. By the way, everyone that's here that's experiencing this free experience, this shit is not going to be free next year. Period. I'm sorry. Even if the lowest number is $10, this shit is not going to be free. Period. Oh, she said that's okay. Hey.
that's real support.
when you pay for something, you enjoy it more. If it's free, you take advantage of it.
Hey, you know, I think we should get some folk that's in here on the mic right
Oh, wait, hold on.
I think
Whoa,
Cigar
whoa,
Connection.
whoa.
need
I
you to
rolled
pull
a
up.
7. I rolled a 7.
Lucky number 7. Let's
I
go.
rolled a 7. All right.
I think
You
so.
know what?
now-
I'm gonna have to take him to the back and we're gonna have a one-on-one CeeLo game.
Yeah, my
Now-
number is the hard favorite.
Now I can talk my shit. I rolled a 7.
Cigar Connection.
Hold on, wait up, hold on. I rolled a 7. I can talk my shit. So listen. We just closed a crazy deal today to the fact that So yes, the dinner is happening. If you're not at the dinner, right? Did we already disclose the location?
Yes, we did.
So we're doing it at Jamie's, right? Ashton Cigars, and we have La Serena, right?
As an additive.
As an added value, right? Now, also, we got something else on the table. We got
You
I just
you want to just close it right now?
can I get my bag?
Let's get into it.
Can I get my bag?
Man,
Can I get my bag? Can I get my bag?
Let's go.
Don't
All
go
right.
into your. Do not go into your bag.
Don't go.
Go.
Go. Okay.
Get it.
Go.
Let's go. Let's
All
go.
right. So we taking it to the water.
New York Cigar Fest, y'all.
Next week, New York Cigar Fest, we taking it to the water. We yes. We on the boat. New York Cigar Fest, right? We making sure that we are what is the word? Accommodating all of our New York Cigar Fest ticket holders on this boat tour, right? I believe where is it going? Where we going? In the harbor? What are we doing? What we doing? Right in the harbor.
You
right?
tell us where we're going.
Oh,
New York Harbor, we'll see the Statue of Liberty as we circle New York City.
oh, but we're gonna have a good time with it.
No, we're gonna have a great time.
Because on top of that, you're getting cigars provided by or sponsored by New York Cigar Fest. Then on top of that, we go into the following week, the closing week. We start with the dinner, right? And then we go into where do we go next? The welcome to New York for all our out of town guests that are listening right now. All of our out of town guests get to come into New York City, and we bring you to a place that we call home, right? I would love to say Tobacco Plaza is a place that we call home. We do actually, if we want to go far.
Indeed.
But in the city, Casa de Monte Cristo, we are bringing in the Casa de Monte Cristo. Not only that, we're taking you to Harlem. There's an experience in Harlem that you guys probably have never experienced in your life, right?
And
it's
wouldn't
called,
without New York Cigar.
man, Harlem Sanctuary. Harlem Sanctuary is classified as a social lounge, but unbeknownst to you, you're gonna be experiencing a elite cigar experience by Escobar Cigars. Now, if you don't know about Escobar Cigars, have you ever heard of the artist Nas? What about you? You heard of Nas?
You know
You're
Nas.
the Jay-Z? You're the Jay-Z? No. Come on, Danny. Danny, you don't know Nas.
Listen,
He's from Queens.
no, it has nothing to do with Queens.
Okay.
I'm from the 50s, 60s, and 70s generation of music.
Rock
I've
bands.
heard of Jay-Z. Okay.
And
Right.
you haven't heard of none.
Who
I've
has
heard
it?
of Nas.
All right, cool.
But
Cool.
I'm sure Arielle has.
No.
That's why I think-
I appreciate that. I appreciate that.
Education.
No,
Education.
I appreciate that. What's the greatest song by Nas with Lauryn Hill? What's the song? I can't hear y'all. What's the song? If I ruled the world. I can't hear y'all. What?
Imagine that. Just imagine that.
Shout out to our studio audience that's not participating right now. Let's try that one more time. If I ruled the world. Imagine that. I can't hear y'all. Hey!
Baby.
The question is,
Say it again.
is Nas going to be there?
No, Nas is not within his schedule to be there, but we make sure to have some special things specifically for him, from him, so that we can present to our guests for certain. Where are we at tomorrow? Papa Juan's. Papa Juan's.
What are we doing tomorrow?
If you guys don't understand, tomorrow, the birthplace of hip hop. The birthplace of hip hop. If you guys don't know, I understand New
What is
York.
tomorrow?
Tomorrow is August 11th.
And what is August 11th?
Throwback Thursday?
No, sir.
No, sir.
So first of all, do they understand what?
Hold on. Rockstar. Hold on. What I need people to understand right now, because we're in a podcast setting, and I want to make sure that the listeners stay engaged, right? Do y'all know what tomorrow is?
Nobody?
Does anybody know what tomorrow is in New York City?
It's a national day. You don't know?
Tomorrow is the National Day of Hip Hop.
Amen.
And we get to celebrate that with cigars
Amen to that.
in the birthplace of hip hop. Where's the birthplace of hip hop?
The Boogie Down Bronx.
All right. Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
Ayo. It's Ayo. All right.
I'm just saying. I mean, you could. I mean, you could
He's
chime
not
in.
from
there.
New York.
Hey, listen.
Thank you. Thank you.
But
Thank
he's
you.
doing his best.
Thank you. Thank you.
No, wait. So.
Hold on.
So.
Since everybody know, let me do that. There we go.
So can I speak to what tomorrow entails? When we talk about education. So Agrinosa Leaf.
They ain't ready.
Danny hinted on it last week, but I want you to elaborate.
There is a process that they do that's unlike any other, and it's called the Fuma, where you can come in and see a cigar from its construction, its inception, and you smoke that before you smoke the finished product.
I gotta ask you, like, we're in a podcast. Not many people know what a Fuma is. What's a Fuma?
Come on, Danny.
Okay.
That's where Danny comes in.
Okay, so a Fuma is one leaf rolled to smoke the leaf.
All the same leaf?
It's one leaf, and you're smoking the leaf. Now, what Arganosa does is they bring you 3 Fumas that will construct the cigar. Now, there will be more than 3 leaves in the cigar.
I rolled a 7. Go ahead.
And I'm guessing that you'll have the wrapper, the filler, and one of the binders as a Fuma. And you'll smoke each Fuma separately. Then you'll put all 3 Fumas in your mouth at one time and smoke it. And then after that, they will give you the finished product cigar. Did I do something wrong?
No.
It's
native New York lingo.
I got to say, I'm in New York. You feel me? It's New York etiquette. You don't put 3 of anything in your mouth.
That's a lot in your mouth.
There's a lot in your mouth.
The Fumas are
Put it in your mouth.
very small. By the way, Arganosa makes 70 ring gauge cigars. The 3 Fumas together is not even 50 ring gauge.
Arganosa is also responsible, if I'm not mistaken, for an 80 ring gauge cigar.
Yes, they have a
And one of them in their portfolio is also responsible for me acquiring my name. And is that not the JFR Lunatic 18?
Who the fuck is smoking that?
Iron lungs is. I don't know about
Okay, so yes.
I'm sorry, bro. I'm not putting 80 gauges of anything in my mouth. I'm just saying.
So yes, Arganosa has 80 and 70 and 60. Arganosa makes all different ring gauges, but a Fuma is very small. So that being said, it's one of the greatest experiences I've had at an Arganosa event, smoking the Fumas and then smoking the finished product. And that's where the word education comes in. So everyone going will have an education about cigars that night. Now, will Brett be there?
Brett will be
Brett
there.
will be there tomorrow.
Brett Bowerstock will be representing Arganosa. Brett is one of the great reps of the New York, Long Island, New Jersey, and I don't know, Connecticut, wherever the hell he goes. Very educated and a great guy. Shout out to Brett. Shout out
Brett. Shout out to Terrence.
So
shout out to Papa Juan.
enjoy your Arganosa at Papa Juan's.
There it is. So we are moving New York Cigar Fest. Shout out to Cigar Rockstar for being here tonight.
Hey,
flying in all the way from Dallas, Texas to
Rockstar,
be here
how long
tonight.
are you staying in town?
Man, my flight's in the morning.
Oh, he's a turn and burn.
Wow.
He's here just for you.
Turn
Literally.
and burn.
And we appreciate that, Rockstar. Thank you for coming to Tobacco Plaza in Great Neck, Long Island, New York. Rockstar, say it with me. Tobacco Plaza.
In Long
Island.
You may or may not see this outfit again. I just want to be clear.
Say that again.
Are his outfits one and done?
I'm just saying you may or may not see this again. So for those that have the opportunity and the privilege to view, if you have not caught his pants selection, this is definitely something that you all need to take and make note of, because it may or may not happen again. But this is just another day in the life of the Cigar Rockstar.
Not only his pants, I've been told I have delicate hands. I'll say that again.
No. He said it.
But no one has seen his hands. Rockstar, could you please show them your motherfucking hands?
I mean, come on. I mean, so there's a running joke that me and Jay got.
Well, no, enlighten us. Shit. Come on, let's go.
I'm sorry, I get manicures. I don't know what the fuck you get.
This is Whiskey Wednesday,
I'm
although
just-
we're
you get-
doing rum tonight.
You get
and you are the host.
man.
So this is about you.
Wait, I have a question for the whiskey.
He gets a
King.
motherfucking
Oh,
manicure plus.
Whiskey King, Whiskey King.
Whiskey King. What is the definition of whiskey?
Wow. So whiskey is to be considered whiskey.
There's a formula.
There's a formula. It's all about the blending process. So it has to have a consistency of whether it be corn, barley, wheat, or rye. So what people should know, there was a time in this industry where the government wanted to make sure that these entities were protected. So you can only have bourbon made in the U.S. has to have a 51% consistency of corn to be called bourbon, and it has to be matured.
160 proof and aged in fresh charred oak.
American charred oak barrels, and those barrels are used one time. So those barrels, once they're expended, are shipped to other countries. So bourbon is technically whiskey. So whiskey, you have two connotations of whiskey: W-I-S-K-E-Y, which is American, and W-H-I-S-K-Y, which is Scotland. That's the differential in terms of whiskey.
And that is from the Whiskey King.
Indeed.
That's why we call this education.
No truer words have been spoken.
Jay, you got something for us? Because I think
Listen.
we still got a couple. I think we still have, or may have, a few announcements that we are at privilege to announce.
Man. All right.
We are encompassing on
Letting
week 3,
all
correct?
the cats out of the bag tonight.
I mean, right?
This is New York, so you got to
Right.
know what you're spending your money on.
Right.
Tobacco Plaza is getting you all the dirt tonight.
That's what's happening. So, New York Cigar Fest, what I will say, honestly, at the end of the day, we have spent a lot of time in curating what the experience is supposed to be, as opposed to the perception of what it's supposed to be. And this is no discredit to any of the other organizations across the country that are doing their thing. Shout out to them. But for New York Cigar Fest, we focus heavy on education. We focus heavy on making sure that you walk away with an experience, right? So, Ron Williams, is it okay for us to announce the big thing?
I think it's safe to announce it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
The big thing is about to be announced at Tobacco Plaza.
Shout out to Fat Joe. This is not an Oprah moment,
Yeah.
but this is definitely a new.
Yesterday's price
is not today's.
is
price.
not today's price.
Everyone gets a car.
But we got somebody coming in. Come on in. No, wait. You gotta come in. You gotta come in first. You gotta come in.
Yeah, you officially got to come in.
You in. Let's go.
Even though you owe us money, it's okay.
All day.
Having a drink? Okay.
Are you having a cigar?
Damn, don't
Don't worry
let us
about
switch it
Marius.
on.
One thing about Marius, he buys 3 boxes at La Serena events.
Oh, he
Hey.
definitely gets a glass.
Well, there you go.
12
We
or
got
18,
and we
12 or 18.
we got a super sale going on right now today with La Serena. So yes.
How many trucks of
You said how many trunks?
trucks?
God damn.
We got it. We need an our event.
That's
right?
a different level.
Cheers.
Marius,
Cheers to you.
cheers.
Cheers,
Welcome
Marius.
to New York Cigar Fest.
Cheers,
Marius is a good friend of mine.
Yes, sir.
I'm the godfather to his oldest son.
Oh,
Well,
man, that's
I'm the
beautiful.
Jewish godfather. It's
That's
actually a Catholic godfather because I couldn't hold the baby at the christening.
No worries, no worries.
That'll
So,
count.
so again, so Ron Williams, if you don't mind, what is the proper name?
Really loves to play
Who we go? Who is this? Who is this on here?
Somebody needs to be muted.
What's the proper name
For
for the Derby?
Kentucky.
the daytime derby.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah. Ladies and gentlemen of the audience, have you guys ever heard of the daytime derby? Make some noise. New York Cigar Fest is proud to present that we are now partners with the Daytime Derby Experience, August 28th. So make sure
27.
27th?
Yes, sir.
That's right, the 27th. My bad.
He don't do rum either.
20th,
y'all.
we're doing
He don't do-
something
He don't do rum either.
It's
Yeah.
okay. Yeah. August 27th, New York Cigar Fest, our official partners with the Daytime Derby. So if you already decided to get your Derby tickets, that's fine. If you didn't decide to get your Derby tickets,
Now is the time.
hopefully we are the reason that you do, because there will be a full-on VIP cigar experience during the Daytime Derby. Make some noise. Hey.
I don't think that this announcement was provided accurately. This full-on
Here we go.
cigar experience is provided by who?
New York Cigar Fest.
Okay, so if
Being some Tory.
okay, so with that being said, I think it is safe to say that amongst the Daytime Derby experience, with the inclusion of New York Cigar Fest, we are presenting you now not only part of the whiskey experience, but the cigar experience as well. Is that safe to
Absolutely.
say?
Absolutely. There will be, so most definitely make sure you get your VIP tickets. Make sure you get your tickets, because that will be the only way you will have the full experience of New York Cigar Fest during Daytime Derby. Straight up.
Man.
It's happening. It's happening. New York City is finally coming together. I'm not, listen.
You know though, I ain't know New York mess with the Derby like that.
But listen, man,
Hey, man.
you
can
should-
tell you, I was
I
there.
ain't know.
you
I
should,
was there.
I'm just saying.
you should see how
I'm
this
out of town.
operates.
I'm from, Texas. And,
You're
Listen.
talking about a derby that's in New York and not even in Kentucky.
You should see how this operates. There's no horses anywhere, but people. There's no horses. There's no horses anywhere.
Hold on though. Can I wear my special? Can the ladies wear their special hats and all that?
Absolutely.
Can you or the ladies?
Motherfucker,
I don't know which one we're talking about.
Motherfucker, you fit in right now.
I want to be clear for the premise of this podcast. He asked two questions simultaneously.
He
Are the
already
women
wore
wearing
his.
the hat or the men?
He already
men wearing
is
the hat?
wearing his Derby day
Which one are we referring to, sir?
outfit.
I mean, I'm on a 9-month rotation. Y'all ain't gonna see this shit for 9 months. So
My man.
But I think whatever you choose to wear, I am sure is going to be appropriate for the occasion.
Of course,
My man.
man, Derby is a good time, man. I mean, and I haven't experienced it in New York, so I can only imagine.
It's only one way that it can happen.
Everything happens in New York.
Man, it's awesome, New York. City of what? City of Dreams?
No,
Absolutely.
sir. No, sir.
I thought it
No,
was
sir.
a city that doesn't sleep. City of
Period.
Dreams might have been the second.
I think that was like
but
Los
I
Angeles.
believe that our original name outside of the Big Apple is the city that doesn't sleep.
Yeah, the city doesn't sleep.
Right, and then
Period.
Vegas took that on too. Right?
Yeah.
Am I wrong?
Yeah.
Well, God knows after these motherfucking 28 days or 30 days, I'm gonna need some sleep
But no,
and a
wait.
vacation.
Wait, New York, again, the reason why we even started New York Cigar Fest is because the statement, hands down, if you can do it in New York,
You can do it anyway.
I can't hear him. I can't hear you.
If you can do
If
it
you
in
can
New
do
York,
it in New York,
Do it anywhere.
And
shut
they
up.
said we couldn't do it.
And
And
we're in what year now?
And we done did it 4 times, baby. Let's go.
Right
Let's
on.
go. We in
Right
Long
on.
Island. We listen.
So Jay, let me ask you this. So for people
Yes.
like me who can't come down every weekend or for the full week,
Yes,
for
you
the full
can.
month.
Stop that bullshit.
I mean, you know, I'm blessed, you know, but I'm trying to talk for the folk, for the people, and you know,
You're a man of the people.
if they 100%, 100%, they can't come down, you know, next weekend, the weekend after that. When will be a good time to experience, you know, maybe the finale or the best parts of New York Cigar Fest?
The last week of August.
Let's talk about last week of August.
And let me speak to what you just said. So we're a month long. So we're giving up all this free shit. And you motherfuckers have not come out. And all you had to do was RSVP. So like the 25th through the 28th, you gotta pay like you wait. And trust me, if you pay like you wait, you're gonna have a wonderful experience. But at the end of the day, I go back to our core ethos. We're about elevating the culture. We're about bringing everyone together. And I want to talk specifically about what I see in this space, in this culture. Huge shout out to Nino Brown, who was with us.
My brother, Nino Brown. Shout out to you,
Shout
King.
out to Nino. Yeah, for real. Shout out to Nino.
You know, he continues to bring everybody together. So maybe we're missing something. Maybe we should re-engage and get Nino Brown or Cigar Smoke Nick. Huge shout out to you to get all you motherfuckers to come out.
Let's talk about you mentioned somebody that was in the audience tonight, Cigar Connection.
Yeah, Cigar Connections is
Can
definitely in the
we
building.
get the Cigar Connection on the mic?
Absolutely.
Can we get
There's
Cigar
a seat
Connection?
available, and I think that you should be pulling up. So
Don't be scared.
Can Cigar Connection come on the mic
I think you
for a
should.
second? They're being shy? Like, what's going on? Come on, bro.
Hey! Oh, I had no idea. I had no idea.
Let's go. What's up, brother?
Good evening, everybody. Good evening, gentlemen.
Introduce yourself,
Yeah,
King.
please do. I don't know nothing about Cigar Connection. Tell me, I mean, first time I heard of you, brother, let me talk to me. Talk to me.
Rockstar, I know about you.
Wait, say that again. Rockstar.
Rockstar.
Rockstar. They know about you.
I know about you. From Raider Hoopdog.
Right on.
Okay.
Right on. Appreciate it.
You know, I've been following you since you did your thing with Ray.
Yeah, man. Thank you, brother.
So
Thank you.
plus other people. You know, you have Housewife of Parksville.
Yeah.
And other individuals like that.
Yeah.
Who you do business with.
Yeah.
Well, you got to introduce
You
yourself.
ain't even you Some people call me Croomy, some people call me Joel by my first name, but I'm Cigar Connections, and Cigar Connections is all here for the entrepreneurs. Man.
Let me get some more of that rum.
Well,
Sure,
it's
the
two of them
18
on the
is
table.
what?
Which one you want?
What's your
12 or
poison?
18?
Let me make it to 18. I've been on
Hey,
12
Connection,
on
what you been drinking this rum, Connection?
I've had the 12 years.
How you feel about that 12 years?
12 years
Shout
very
out
smooth.
Will Grant's sons and Ron Williams. Let's go.
12 years very
Huge
smooth.
shout out to William Granson son.
It's very smooth. Cigar, the house cigar from Tobacco Plaza.
It's not the house.
No, he might be smoking some different shit.
No, I had the La Serina, which if it's not the house cigar, my apologies. But I would figure that it may be the house cigar since it's from your daughter. So this is the cigar of the establishment. I was tuned in earlier when I had some free time, and I said, let me make my way up here. And especially any event in NYC, I try to come through. I try to support and show to bring that New York connection back together, like Ron just said. Have everybody come out in the 5 boroughs to support, no matter what social group you're with, cigar group you're with, support. Let's show each other love, and let's continue to grow and build. But as we grow and build,
Now let me ask you this, if I may, and I apologize, Cigar Rockstar, if you had something queued up to go. But being in this podcast space, social media space, and even encompassing your involvement in the New York Cigar Fest this year and the venues that you have visited and supported for us, is there anything that you specifically have a question about and or would like to highlight about the things that we've presented thus far through your experiences that you would like to elaborate on?
so thus far this year, I think in the 2 cigar main cigar things that transpired in New York.
What were they?
Well, the two things that transpired in New York, you had July, you had Cigar Culture Fest. Well, you had Cigar Culture Week, and now we're at New York Cigar Fest. What I like about both events, and what I like about this event, is that the fact that every event is introducing cigars, new cigars, cigars that may not have been tried, cigars that you may not know about, to the cigar smoker, to the cigar aficionado, the cigar enthusiast, and educating them about it, giving them more experience, bringing forth different wrappers, bringing forth different leaves, so you can know about, you can try about, and also bringing forth the opportunity that if you don't know about certain establishments, you get to go to certain establishments and experience those establishments.
Is there anything that you've experienced thus far being a part of New York Cigar Fest that may or may not differentiate from other experiences that you have had and that you have supported in your tenure?
As y'all said, with this, it's very educational. You guys are introducing cigars. You're introducing different libations for people to pair, for people to try. You're introducing something different. Like I've never heard of, if I'm saying it correctly, La Serina.
Okay.
I've never heard of La Serina, and I've been smoking for about 10 years, but I've been heavy in it for the past last year, going to the different events, meeting the different boutiques and the big name brands, but I never heard about it. And I have to say, the one that I'm trying right now is a very good cigar. I believe it's their first one that he said was curated with the help of my father, if I was correct. And
I think you are.
And it gave me that my father experience.
And lastly, because I know that Cigar Rockstar is holding one of the cameras to our platforms now, but anything that you may or may not have specifically for the Rockstar and what you have gathered information-wise in his respect, is there anything that you want to speak on and or ask him specifically?
Well, with the Rockstar, Cigar Rockstar, let me say it, even though I like the Rockstar, it kind of flows with his style.
Man, I appreciate it.
I want to ask you, personally, from me doing my own personal.
How the fuck are you wearing these goddamn floral pants?
No, I want to ask you, where does it come from? Where does the creativity for the combination come from?
Man, I don't even know, man. This just what I do, man. It just so I will say this. I do believe in being, your authentic self, being yourself all the time. I know it's jokes running around here, man, but I feel like I'm accepted by the cigar culture, and that's what it's about, man. The cigar culture is the beautiful thing.
You are truly accepted,
and we accept each other how we are. It's all about the leaf for me, and man, I don't even know what to say, man. I just do what I do, and I embrace it and I receive it.
Well, I got one more question for you, because it really wasn't addressed, and I have to give food. Wait, hold on. I think there's somebody else in this room. We gotta take another drink. We gotta do the drink.
Take another drink and make sure you get him one.
Here we go.
But there was one question tonight that has yet to be answered, and if I am wrong, please not only excuse me but correct me. But I believe, if memory serves me correctly, that Ron asked a question in regards to these nails that we have going on here. I need you to elaborate, if you may, about this manicure selection that you have chose, not only for this event, but maybe it may be for a week or 2 week process. I know I usually get mine done on the 2 week process. Give me a little bit more about that. And I'm sure if you have not seen it, because I also believe that you have not, that now is the time.
Make sure they see it.
Yeah, now is the time that we need to get into this, because, again, our guest host for this evening is the rock star himself, the Cigar Rockstar. And, if nothing else, beyond New York Cigar Fest, it's a little bit about you, King.
Hey, man, it's never about me, man. It's about the leaf. You call my brother, Jamison. I think we had the same vision, same alignment, man. It's about spreading his culture, spreading his knowledge. And, I happen to bring a different type of swag to the cigar community.
Indeed.
And, I just do what I do, man.
Your swag is definitely different.
But are you going to elaborate? Because, again, I think you're dodging the question, champ. I need you to elaborate on your choice for this particular event that we are having here this evening. I want you to get into it and let people know a little bit about how the creative mind that you possess works and how it attributes to what we do in regards to the cigar culture, but beyond that, how we encompass the fashion aspect of it.
So, I mean, to me, man, honestly, you know, cigars and fashion go hand in hand. I know I'm a little bit different, man, and I express my artistic ability through my fashion. You know what I mean? And I will say New York is maybe the fashion mecca of the world.
I appreciate
that.
Absolutely.
I appreciate
So
that.
honestly, I was talking to a homegirl of mine, and she was like, "Hey, you going to New York? You got to be expressive. That's just what they're about. It's a different culture here, and it's a maybe a flamboyant culture here type thing." And she was like, "Hey, just do what you do, man. Just do rock how you rock, and they gonna receive it. And you cigars and the cigar community, man. They to me, it's very accepting. You know what I mean? The social aspect, whatever
Very
you want to
much
call
so.
it, it's very accepting. We'll teach you how to smoke. We'll educate you. We'll put you in the right lane, the right cigar, and just come out and smoke and enjoy the culture and come how you are. And for me, it's man, it's just my artistic ability, man. It's my artistic expression. You know what I'm saying? But I will say, let me put these nails on a gram real quick, and you know, it is what it is. I will say the ladies do like it though. For sure.
And what I will say as a native New Yorker, one of the three that are on this panel tonight, that not only are you accurate in regards of them receiving your artistic expression, not only of self, but in regards of fashion, that we do respect, we receive, and we will continue to live through your lens, right, in regards to your perspective of what the fashion industry contributes to the cigar industry as well as culture in New York. So I'm gonna say it outright if nobody else does, bro. I respect you, King. That's what it is.
Much respect.
Man, I appreciate that. I received that. I appreciate that, man. It's all love. I appreciate y'all big time. I appreciate New York accepting me, man. I think Jake can say the same thing. Appreciate New York.
Absolutely. I appreciate New York accepting me because, man, a lot of cats had problems, but now they don't. So, you know, life is amazing. So listen, if there's any more questions, this is the time. Danny.
I'm here.
If there's any more questions, this is the time. If not, most definitely we have precluded our time of our podcast this evening.
Yeah, just few names about fashion in New York.
Fashion in New York. Go for it.
Ralph Lauren, Calvin Klein, Donna Karan, Mike Kors, all New Yorkers.
And the Rockstar is now.
Hey, that's too many high regards, though. I'm just a regular guy who it really is all about leaf to me, man. It's just, I mean, it's just all about leaf to me, man. And I just appreciate everybody, and we. So cigars bring everybody together, like a 100%, man. It don't matter your economic status,
right?
It don't matter your fashion sense. It don't matter your political agenda. It don't matter none of that matters, man. When we get together and smoke this leaf, it's a beautiful thing, man. We're all on the same plane.
And this is where we were last week. It's all about the leaf. So you have Michael Herklocks, and you have the Rockstar, and then everyone else in between.
and let's call out Michael Herlocks. We,
for sure,
if you know his story, we know what he's done in the space, and we're trying to get him on our platform. So Michael, call out to you, call out to all these brands that understand our significance, our buying power, and our influence. Let's make year 5 bigger and better. And there's still time in year 4.
Yeah, I was about to say that. Hold on, you jumping the gun on
although
that.
Limited.
There's still half a month left. There's so much to be had here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying, Jay?
Michael Herklocks is New York.
Yeah.
Facts.
Yeah.
So
And
Michael
it was
Herklocks,
cigar genius.
a shout out to you. You need to be part of New York Cigar Fest.
I wholeheartedly agree with you.
100%. 100. And you know another thing I love about it, man. It doesn't see color, man. It doesn't see race. It doesn't see none of that, man. It's like I think I coined it from my boy Traveling Cigars, Rob. It's all about the leaf, man. It's
All about the leaf.
And if it's not all about the leaf and you want to pick a color, it's all about the green.
The green.
Hey. So with that being said, shout out to Cigar Rockstar for being here tonight.
I want to personally thank the Cigar Rockstar for coming to Long Island for the first time and gracing Tobacco Plaza with his greatness.
Hey, I'll take that. Love it.
And we want to personally thank you with my partners. You know, Jamison is like my child. I love him, and we fight.
No, we fight. We fight. Hands down.
And I came here kicking and screaming about these podcasts. So for the past 2 weeks, I have been enlightening. And
Lightning?
Enlightened.
With a D.
Well, I've been drinking this rum.
Okay.
Hey,
That's the excuse for everybody
But,
today.
but I'll say this. But I'll say this. I understand the importance. I understand the influence and the mere fact that you open your doors to us as a brick and mortar, because we always want to support brick and mortars. We appreciate you. We love you. And we're going to continue to work together.
Absolutely.
Amen. And I'm here for you guys. You know, Jamison, you know that. And Jamison and Arielle will be working on something together for next year.
It's about to be very special. It's about to be very special.
You for that as well, because you did not only spark the idea to our sister of the league, but you also, on this platform, set that in motion for year 5, which is 2023. So,
and there's no better platform to do it on.
Indeed.
Someone that understands, someone that supports the culture, and end of the motherfucking day, green is green.
And I will say, man, yes, sir. I see you back there, sir. Facts on that. I will say, man, Jamison don't get enough kudos, man. Like, here we go. Like, I mean, for real though.
Tonight is and should be his night.
Man, I mean, you don't get enough kudos. He without him, we wouldn't be having this New York Cigar Fest. There's a couple other people on the list. Maybe I should.
I beg to differ.
The Whiskey King.
You gotta tune in next week to talk about that.
We have the Whiskey King. We have the Iron Lung. We have Jamison. And tonight we have the Cigar Rockstar here at Tobacco Plaza. I want to thank every one of them coming, because I find they do not want to come to Long Island. So thank you for coming to Long Island. We appreciate it here at Tobacco Plaza.
Well,
That's right. That's right.
It takes so long for me to get back.
Hey, there you go, Jay. There you go. Hey, close it out, Jay. Jay, close it out, brother. Close it out. All right. So last but not least, man, shout out to all of my partners, all of the affiliates, everyone that support New York Cigar Fest. This again is an attempt to focus on nothing more than the culture, most definitely in New York City, most definitely in the brand and spirit community, most definitely in the brown and black community, which my brother here says he doesn't even see freaking those shades of color. And I appreciate that, because like we said prior, Danny, we need 10 more of you, man. Facts on that. And I appreciate 100%. You for being who you are.
Facts on that.
Period.
100%.
From no, wait, understand. From Las Vegas to New York, thank you for being who you are.
Well, I appreciate you guys. I appreciate what you're doing for New York. More importantly, what I appreciate is what you're doing for the leaf, because all I see is the brown leaf.
Yes. Yeah, most definitely. So maybe I shouldn't say this, but I'm gonna say it because this is our shit and we own it. So fuck the FDA. And continue smoking. Let's have a smoking good time. New York Cigar Fest doesn't end till the 28th. So if you do not have your tickets, make sure you go get your tickets now. As you heard, we got quite a few exclusive situations that's happening, from the dinners to the boat to the speakeasies. We have we have so many things coming up for New York City where we want to infuse the cigar culture into what we now understand as the lifestyle culture.
Yes. And tell everyone, if you may, where they can go about, if they have not done so already, getting those tickets.
Easy.
More importantly, the passport.
NewYorkCigarFest.com. If you do not have your passport, that means you did not go to NewYorkCigarFest.com. NewYorkCigarFest.com hosts your passport and also hosts your tickets to all the exclusive events. NewYorkCigarFest.com actually is your gateway to all of these educational experiences that we have from New York, New Jersey, and now Connecticut.
Amen. How many people will be on the boat?
Our cap is 400.
Oh, that's gonna be amazing.
Can they swim?
Well, I mean, in respect to that, I can swim far enough to save myself. Anybody else jumps off board for whatever, unforeseen reasons, if I am relatively close to you, you're on your own.
Oh,
So that means we have 400 branded life preservers.
right.
That reminds me of a joke.
Oh boy, here we go. Let's go.
It's
Let's
really
go.
easy.
Close it out with a joke. Let's go.
As long as I'm the fastest man of the slowest person, I'll always be safe.
Ladies and gentlemen, that concludes the podcast Deeper Than a Leaf, featuring Cigar Rockstar. NewYorkCigarFest.com. Please make sure you get your passes, get your tickets. La Serena, thank you so much for being here. You have no idea. We are live at Tobacco Plaza, and it is going digital. Let's go.
Hey, wait! Before we go, I want you to please support.
Down on that.
I want you to support not only the Cigar Rockstar but Cigar Connections. Support both of those entities, please.
Definitely.
Okay.
Yes, please.
Good night.
And with that being said, with the words of Russell Simmons, go for it, Ron.
Thank you for coming out, and God bless.
Boom, we got it.
We out of this bitch.
I gotta go to the bathroom.
Appreciate that. You
and me both. Next mistake.
So I just started following.
Thank y'all for joining.
That's,
I'm upside down, but Whiskey Wednesday, New York Cigar Fest. Tune in. I'll see y'all next week. And OKC. Live broadcast at OKC next week. I'm out here, y'all. Thank y'all.
We're not going to get at least not in the near future.